No, but we ain't got to speak about it. Yeah, see, there we go, there we go. See, now the comments is on. What's up, Michael? What's up, Momo Spirit? What's up, Jay Flower? See, there we go, there we go. There we go. I don't know what was going on before. I guess I had the comments. What's up, 305 Capricorn? What's up, Leandro? There we go. See, there we go. I don't know what the fuck was going on before. See, this is what I'm saying. I be trying to pre-record, not pre-record, but I be trying to schedule the live streams before I actually go live. Like I scheduled the live stream maybe 10 minutes before I actually went live. So when I actually went live, I'm not seeing any comments. So I'm like, man, shit is stupid as fuck. So we just gotta do it right off the head, right off the dome. And that's what I do anyway, right? Because if I try to schedule something, it's like the settings be all different. We ain't got time for that shit. We don't have time for that. So we just gonna do it right off the dome like we always do. We gonna get it in. Let me see. What's up, Ebony? Ebony in this motherfucker. What's up, Allure? Kush Goddess. What's up, King? Yeah, I think I got everybody as always. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the snipers out there. You already know. Shout out to all the snipers. You know what I mean? Lurking. We always got the snipers lurking. You know, so again, missions to it. I already give you the permission to fire. You know what I mean? If you see anything out of order. So you ain't even got to let me know. What's up, Pat? Yeah. I don't know what was going on with the comments, but I'm like, no, I'm not even gonna do the video, you know, if I can't get the feedback, because that's the point of going live, right? So we got that fixed. So we good to go now. So again, I'm still learning like everybody else is learning. I just can't schedule it, you know what I mean? Because it should be different. You know, when you schedule it beforehand, it'd be different. As opposed to if you just go live. So we just gonna keep. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. This is more of a freestyle. I didn't take any notes or anything. We don't have to get too deep, too serious. That's why I call it the science of the drip. You know what I mean? So it ain't necessarily nothing too dark, too serious. Because that's what we do anyway, right? We do that anyway. What's up, Rob? So anyway, let me turn this down a little bit. So again, this video is called the science of the drip. Let me sit up straight. All right. So this video is called the science of the drip. Basically, just giving you and everybody out there, you know, a thorough understanding of what the drip is. You know, of course, you know, we fucking with Ishu, aka Satan, aka the devil, and all this stuff. You know, from a metaphysical and occult perspective, shit like we on our knees worshiping some, you know, figure that has been invented in the mind of man. You know, we ain't doing that. We use these sciences to activate parts of the brain. And the parts of the brain that are activated when you work with the devil or Ishu, I'll leave that. Excuse me, I'll leave that for y'all to interpret. Because it's kind of common sense if you got the eyes to see it. So of course, you can kind of understand what aspects of the mind are activated when you work with this energy. If it's not completely apparent, it will become apparent as we go along, hopefully. And if it doesn't, you know, we got so many other videos on it. I speak about this from so many different perspectives, and that's the reason why it's a wide audience. You know, we got people watching from all around the world. Everybody, again, is not going to understand the hood lingo. So I try to explain things from so many different angles, so there's no excuse why you can't get this shit. You know what I mean? So even if you ain't from the hood, you ain't did no hood activity, you may be middle class, upper middle class, you may be rich, and you don't know nothing about this dark shit, from a certain perspective, you can still get with the shits. So that's the whole point. You know, we want to make the message as universal as possible. Nonetheless, we're not catering to anybody in terms of trying to make anybody feel better or worse. lesser or greater. There's no big G's and little G's. You know what I mean? Anyway, Hassan, this is the Thoth deck. So this is the back of the card. So if you type in Thoth deck by Alistair Crowley, you will run into this. Now this is the bigger cards. Now they have smaller cards. You know, for those who prefer the regular size tarot, these are like the extra big ones. These are the originals. Used to make the tarot cards super huge so that you can really see the detail in the card. You know, so that's why these cards are super huge. And you see, you know, it makes good visuals. Because if I had a regular size card, you probably see detail. So the bigger cards allow us to see more detail. All right. And again, you know, I'm doing it in color. You know, usually I do the videos in black and white, but you know, I'm like, I want to let y'all see the colors. Cause why not, right? So again, as we go through the video, and again, I don't plan on being here for 2-3 hours, but we know how that shit go. But I didn't even charge my phone. My phone is like 50%, so my phone will die before I talk too much. So I had to train myself not to just bomb, and we just stick to the point and get it in. So when we're talking about the science of the drip, when we're talking about having a connection with Eshu, with the devil, with Satan, because whenever Satan is depicted, whether you want movies or mythology, so on and so forth, you know, Satan is presented as, you know, a prideful angel, a fallen angel. You know, there's many different stories about how this energy is being presented. But most of the time, it's presented as someone, or we could just say a being that was origin. You can say the angel, right? God created the angels who are the messengers. Then the angels speak to the planets. Then the planets speak to the people. You know, or if you want to get specific, you can say you got God, you got the angels, you got the planets, then you got the spirits or the elementals, and the elementals speak to the people. You know what I mean? So there's a hierarchy, there's a chain of command, right? So whenever we deal with Satan, Eshu, Baphomet, and again, all these have different origins, but they link you to one common science. Now, again, Satan is depicted as a divine being. You can say who lost his way, refused to bow to Adam. You know, when God made Adam, commanded the angels to bow, and Satan refused to bow. Like, why am I bowing to a man made out of clay when I'm made from the flame or the soul force? I'm bowing to an earthly man, soul force. This is pretty much the whole mentality of Satan. So therefore, God said, all right, if you don't want to bow, then I will cast you into the depths of the earth. And you can have your own reality, essentially. So God gave the devil his own reality. You know, just to paint a brief picture of this. Of course, this is all symbolic, and we'll get into the symbolism and all that. But just to give you a brief synopsis of where we're going with this. Where we're going with this is Satan represents masculine beauty. See, the most beautiful, the most bright, the most vibrant of the angels. He didn't lose that brightness, that vibrantness. He didn't lose it when he got cast down to the earth and granted his own reality. He still maintained who and what he was. And I'm just using the he, the she, you know, because obviously if you deal with Baphomet, you're dealing with masculine and feminine. But just for the sake of conversation, you know, we don't want to get too specific. Just want to give a brief a brief overview of what's being explained here. So if we understand that Satan represents masculine beauty, that's why, you know, men can be very prideful, right? They stand for what they believe in. You got motherfuckers That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're not taking my chain off my neck. I die for my respect. You know, so it's, you know, niggas got a lot of pride. That's just how we are. Now it depends on how you utilize that. That makes it positive or negative, right? And again, we can go and move beyond duality. Do not get caught up in duality as, again, right, wrong, good, bad, left, right brain, left side of the body, right side of the body. That's just more so to bring you into an understanding of the greater mysteries, to go beyond duality. Duality just truly only exists in the mind, because once you really understand, you know, what's really going on. Hold on, let me grab something. Once you really understand what's going on, you can move beyond duality. And when you move beyond duality, then you be able to see even something that's perceived as negative can be transmuted into something positive. For example, pride, you know, we hear this term a lot. I believe it goes something like the pride before the downfall, or something of that nature. Pride before the downfall, meaning once a man becomes very prideful, he starts to descend, you know, into the of himself, his lower nature, right? And when he sinks into the lower nature or the subconscious mind, this is where we get into the dark world physics. So follow along, because again, I know this may be a little bit chaotic, but follow what I'm saying. So Satan, being the fallen angel, fell into his lower self or his subconscious mind. And through the manipulation of the subconscious mind, you are able to activate the dark world physics or the quantum mechanics. If we're talking about quantum science, we're talking about the unseen. So when Satan descends, he is descending into the unseen. And because he is existing in his own reality, his own realm of the unseen, of the dark world physics, he lives by his own rules and regulations. What's going on in heaven has nothing to do with what's going on in hell. Just just speaking symbolically on an esoteric level. Heaven and the rules of heaven do not apply in hell. The rules of the streets do not apply in corporate America. It's two different realities. Although they coexist together, they have their own rules and regulation. What happens in the quantum world is different than what happens in the seen world, you know, the illusionary realm, Maya, right? It's two different realities, and they are governed by two different laws. Not different as opposed of each other, but different in the sense of, you could say the sun versus Saturn, the crown chakra versus the root chakra. Let's get into it. You can say the crown chakra is God. You can say devil. You can say the crown chakra is the sun. You can say the root chakra is Saturn. So what's the difference between the sun and Saturn, or so on and so forth, right? The difference is the sun is all about electricity, electrifying. You know, when the sun is out, the sun is electrifying. It gives all things life. Saturn, on the other hand, deals magnetism or the feminine energy. So since Saturn is all about magnetism, because Saturn is the furthest planet from the sun in terms of the inner planets. Remember, you got the 7 inner planets, then you have the outer planets, which is, you know, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. But if we're talking about the inner planets, you know, the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Mars, right? We're talking Saturn is the furthest away from the sun. And that's why it's depicted in the chakra system. The sun is your crown chakra. Saturn is your root chakra. So they are the furthest apart from all the planets, which is how it actually is. The reason why Saturn is the furthest from the sun is because it has its own reality, its own rules and regulations that the sun doesn't abide to, and Saturn doesn't abide to the rules of the sun. That's why Saturn is considered the elder planet, the dark planet, because you can say Saturn is the oldest planet. When it comes to the planets, you can say Saturn was already here. Saturn comes from a whole different galaxy. But we ain't even got to get into the metaphysics of that. That's a whole nother conversation. But just to put it out there for all the researchers, if you want to do your own research on the origins of Saturn and how old Saturn really is and the internal mechanisms of Saturn, that's a whole nother conversation. But just giving you an introduction between the science of Saturn and Satan. So because Saturn represents masculine beauty, when we think about the principles of Saturn, well, Satan represents masculine beauty. When we think about Saturn, what does that have in common? Well, we know that women are attracted to power, and Saturn represents power, right? So because Saturn, why does Saturn represent power? Saturn represents power because Saturn allows you to get your shit together. As everybody say, right, I gotta get my shit together, gotta get my shit together, gotta step my game up, gotta, hustle harder or hustle smarter, grind harder, grind smarter. Whatever phrases we want to use, that's essentially directing you to Saturn. So whenever you want to get your physical reality in order, I got to get my shit together, I got to get organized. All that is dealing with the energy of Saturn. You have to descend into the lower realms of the subconscious mind and activate that dark world physics. That's the science of Saturn. That's why Saturn is so far away from the sun. That's why Saturn is considered the black sun. I spoke about this in the last video or the video before that, whichever video. Again, like I said, I just be coming off the dome, so I don't be remembering when I said certain things, because I just be focused on just staying in tune with the spirit. Nonetheless, so we understand that Saturn is masculine beauty and why the dissension is the way it is. So when we read the Bible or the Quran or anything that depicts the God and Satan, duality, now we can understand what's really going on. It's masculine energy and feminine energy. Feminine energy does not work the same way masculine energy works, and vice versa. They have their own realities. Just like when you see the yin yang symbol or the yin yang symbol, it's one symbol, but it's two separate realities merging together as one. That's when let me have the tarot cards right here, because when I show you the devil, this is the energy of Capricorn, right? Capricorn, pulls this energy from Saturn. So when you see this, you see Capricorn. But when we look at Saturn, the raw energy of Saturn, it's the universe card, which I'll show you right now. So when we look at the universe card, if we're not familiar, we see that it is a woman dancing with a snake. This is Saturn, as we see right there. That is the symbol of Saturn. Versus when we look here, that is the symbol of Capricorn right there. All right. So when we look at Saturn, we see that this is the representation of, as we see, it's masculine and feminine energy, but the feminine energy dominates. You see that woman is dancing with a snake. You can say the woman, remember the universe, not the universe. Well, you can say the universe. The universe is feminine, right? Some people call it Sophia. The material universe is of a feminine energy. We understand, like you can say, the universe is a giant womb, right? So no question about that. So that's why the woman dominates, the feminine energy. The dark world physics dominates whenever we're dealing with the energy of Saturn. So this is depicting, and you see, you got the four corners of the universe, not the earth, but the universe. You got the four corners with the faces that represent energy. So how does one stabilize their reality? As we see, we got the four corners that represent stabilities. As I was saying before, Saturn represents stability, how to get your shit together. It's all about giving form to that which is formless. And again, we don't have to necessarily go into the symbolism of the card, but if you gaze deeply, you see that there's an eye right there. And again, only I'll reveal the secret to you, but most people don't see. You see an eye. Remember the eye of Shiva. Whenever the eye of Shiva is opened, it annihilates the universe, right? So you also see this eye on the war card or the tower, right? And let me show you that card as well for those who may not be familiar with that. Let me turn the music back on. Hold on. So let me show you the tower card so that we can put all these symbols into perspective and how these symbols can manifest in different energies, right? So we see that that same eye has been opened just on a physical plane and is causing mass destruction physically, which represents death and rebirth. So give me 1 second to locate the tower card. And the good thing about these cards is because they're so big, you can just like look at the edge of a card and you already know what it is. You don't even have to fully pull out the card. You know what I mean? You can just look at the edge and like, oh, I already know what that is. Like for example, you pull out this. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, this is the eight of swords. Because you kind of every card has its own unique signature. You just pull it out like this. You know what I mean? You can already know what the card is because each card has its own personality. The tower card. So I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Here we go. So here's the tower. So we see that same eye is open. Let me show you this. So you see that same eye but this is the eye. This is pretty much, you can say, the energy of the pure masculine energy, right? That pure fire, the energy of Mars. As we see down here, you see the symbol of Mars, right? That's the symbol of Mars. So when the eye of Shiva is open, it annihilates the physical universe. Meaning when the truth is spoken, things start changing. So that's the first thing we got to understand about dark world physics is, and as well as Saturn, because let me actually show you the symbol of Saturn one more time. You see the symbol of Saturn is a cross. That's the Hebrew letter, Tau, T-A-U. Because remember, you have the 22 major arcana, you have the 56 minor arcana for those who are into the tarot card. You got the major secrets and the minor secrets. Arcana means secrets. You got the major secrets, you got the minor secrets. The major secrets are the trump cards. You know, cards like the universe, the tower, you know, the magician, the high priest. Then you have the lower secrets or the minor secrets, which are, you know, the cards 1 through 10 or the ace through 10. So these are like the minor secrets. These are the major secrets. Nonetheless, you see this eye. This is an electrified eye. This is the magnetic eye, right? As you see, when this eye is open, it's not destroying the universe. Instead, it is causing the universe to come into formation. It is causing the universe to be balanced. That's why you see formation, you see foundation, you see structure in this card. Versus this card, all of the structure is being destroyed, right? By the electrified eye is destroying the physical structure. So this is, you can say, a war. Again, it's called the tower, but the true energy of the card is war. So just think of war, and this will match the energy of war. And as I said, when we're dealing with the magnetism or the feminine energy, now it is causing formation. It is causing balance. As we know, you know, every man can attest to, you know, when you get a woman on your side, that can really support you and bring the best aspects of you out of yourself, you know, as a partner. You know what I mean? That brings structure into your universe, right? Now, let us continue. Let me organize these cards. Now, we look at Saturn and Devil or Capricorn. So this card is pulling its energy from this card. Now we see there's a polarity here because remember, Saturn represents androgyny. You know, the hermaphrodite, the dick and the pussy, right? You can say here's the pussy, here's the dick, because it's a different manifestation. So the pure Saturn energy You can say it's feminine. But the masculinity shows in the Capricorn, right? And that's when we get into the zodiac. So you got the planetary energies, then you have the zodiac. The zodiac pulls their energy from the planets. So the pure energy of Saturn, as we see one more time, is a feminine energy dancing with the snake. You can say the snake is a masculine energy, but the snake does not dominate. The dominant form is the woman. The masculine energy dominates when Capricorn is manifested. And that's why you see the dick and the balls, right? The shaft with the rings of Saturn, right? So even though this is Capricorn, you see it's pulling this energy from the ring of Saturn, as we see right here at the tip. And so you can say this is the dark war of physics. So let me get deeper into this card. The dark war of physics, the dark war. I don't know. I have a problem saying that word. The W's be so world. There we go. World. The dark world physics is the sexual force, as we've been talking about all throughout the channel, right? We always talking about sexual energy and transmuting your sexual energy, not sexual energy, utilizing, expressing your sexual energy, because that's what it's here to do. It's here to not only give you pleasurable sensations, but also a form of magic. It's pleasurable magic, because you got the ceremonial magic, where you have all these things memorized in your head and you're repeating these chants and these mantras for certain deities to come into you or to come into another being. For example, if you see older movies, you see a lot of what are they called? Not oracles. There we go. A lot of oracles, are depicted being able to channel spirits, because that is the true art of the oracle anyway. So we see that this raw masculine energy is being pulled from the dark world, ascending upward. That's why you also see that staff. You see the staff with the snakes, with the sun wings, right? You can say that's masculine and the feminine, right? So it does have a feminine attribute, and the goat is actually feminine as well, for those who didn't know. So we see there's a mix of the masculine and the feminine energy. So although the masculine energy dominates, you'll probably see the dick and the balls before you look at the goat as a feminine energy, or before you see these two serpents. But you see the emphasis is on the masculine energy and the spirals of the goat. So you pulling that energy from the dark world physics. That energy is being pulled up. Because you as a man, when you have an orgasm, it's going against gravity. I guess if y'all don't understand that. What I mean by that is, when you are having let's just say as a man, you're laying on your back and a woman is on top of you. When she brings you to an orgasm and you ejaculate, it's coming upward. It's not going down, it's going up, right? The energy is being poured from below and it's coming up, right? So it's going against gravity. Obviously, gravity keeps everything down and stabilized. So when you orgasm and it's blasting upward, that's the dark world. That's the energy of the dark. The energy of the dark world physics is what causes that explosion to shoot up, as we see depicted as Mars, right? That explosive energy that transcends gravity, right? You can say that eye of Shiva, you can say represents the orgasm. When you are in that orgasm state, for most people it's just a couple seconds. It's like a couple seconds. It can be extended to a couple minutes, when you get on your science for real. But nonetheless, you are in a state of bliss. You are in your dark world physics. If you are able to prolong your orgasm, just imagine how powerful your thoughts will be. Let's just say you're able to prolong your orgasm to 60 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So with 60 seconds, you can be activating your dark world physics, bringing that energy up to pass through the rings of Saturn. Remember, the rings of Saturn represents formation and your foundation, right? On the apex level, the apex of your foundation. So what do I mean? What do I mean by the apex of your foundation? The foundation are the four corners. But when we go deeper into the four corners, the apex of the four corners is the woman dancing with the snake. So this is the woman activating her sexual energy. You can say this is the masculine activating his sexual energy. The activation of feminine sexuality, masculine sexuality. All right? You can actually look this up. Like women actually, this is an ancient science. Like a woman actually dancing with a snake. You actually have videos of this. You can go to or X videos, any type of explicit website, and type in woman and snake, and you can see the ancient art of women dancing with snakes butt naked, and how the snake, the movements of the snake, could bring a woman to an orgasm. This the move. This how the snake slithers. You know, if even I guess even a man too. You let a snake just crawl on you. You know what I mean? And you put your mind in those dark world physics, it could bring you to an orgasm. But again, motherfuckers don't talk about that real science in today's times. Motherfuckers are being fooled by, all this light and dark shit, but we getting into the real shit. You know what I mean? So there we go. We're 30 minutes in. We have 50% battery. So let me go through these comments. Like I said, I don't plan on being here 2-3 hours. There's no need. You know what I mean? We want to just get it solidified so that y'all can understand what's really going on here. But let me make this final point before I go through comments about Satan, just to bring it home. So we understand Satan as masculine beauty, the energy of the devil. Now that we have the imagery to better understand this energy, we know how to use it and why it can potentially become destructive. So it's not that this energy is always positive. It can potentially be destructive if not maintained and structured. Right? You need that structure. That's why the woman is dancing with a snake inside of the four corners. That represents structure, because if she was doing this without structure, she would it would lead to her death. So in other words, we can use a real life example of course, pimping and hoeing, right? This is why a hoe and a pimp needs a hoe. They need each other. They need each other. It's more than just a woman giving her money to a man and he's providing protection and financial security. That's just the surface level. But what's not on the surface level is, you can say the pimp is the foundation that the whole dances upon. Just like remember I showed y'all the Shiva Shakti mysteries. I did that video. I don't know how long ago, but when I showed y'all the Shiva Shakti mysteries, where Shakti is dancing on top of Shiva. Shiva is lying down on the ground, and Shakti, and sometimes it's Kali as well. I believe it's called the Shiva Kali mysteries. Sometimes it can be depicted as Shakti, sometimes it can be depicted as Kali. Regardless of the goddess, you see the goddess is dancing on Shiva. She got the scales around her neck. Remember, because the whole thesis of the card is Kali refuses to be under masculine control, right? Kali refuses to take orders from a man. Kali wants to be independent, or Kali is independent. Why? Because Kali represents Saturn, or the root chakra. So Kali is not going to bow to a man, and any man that forces her to head off. That's also the energy of Pambagira. I speak about Pambagira. Pambagira is closely associated with Kali and Shakti. Shakti representing the energy of the moon, Kali representing Saturn, the dark side and the light side. Shakti is like the oracle, Kali is like the sexual mistress. These are different aspects of woman. Every woman has, you can say, the 7 planets or the 7 chakras. Every woman has different aspects of self. Every man has different aspects of self. That's everybody. Each chakra has its own reality. Each chakra has its own intelligence. And you can express yourself through any of those avenues, any of those pathways. Right? So, going back to the example, the Shiva Kali or the Shiva Shakti, that's truly where the pimping and hoeing truly originates in terms of the concept. Obviously, it's been around since day one, but the concept and the spirituality behind it, because again, most people don't look at it as spiritual. It's low level, it's demonic. The pimps need to go to jail, the hoes need to get a job, whatever. It's no ignorance of the people because they don't symbolism. They don't understand that the pimp and the hoe represents Ishu and Pambagira that work harmoniously together. They don't understand the deep science, so they are never going to understand it. And that's for anything, Satanism and all that. People still get afraid of the imagery of the devil. Again, as I told y'all, it comes from Ishu. The devil is Ishu. So what they are truly afraid of is Ishu, which is yourself. And your counterpart being Pambagira, which you can say is the mistress, the holy mistress, the sacred mistress, where she can fuck every man in the room and still be pure. That's the true science of that. Nonetheless, I'm just revealing again, y'all, because who else is going to fucking do it? And hopefully, you put it into work, you put it into action, and however you choose to do that, so that you can benefit from the energies that are already hidden within the subconscious. I'm not trying to put something in you that's not already there. I'm just making it known. That's why I'm talking about Saturn. Everybody has the energy of Saturn within them. Everybody has a Saturn in the chart. So I'm not talking about something that is deeply misunderstood. But that's why we exist, to make the proper corrections. So let me go through these comments before we check out. And again, if anybody has any questions, because I'm pretty sure people has been asking questions, and welcome to Vegas, right? Everybody just wants to be noticed. Everybody wants to be loud. It's just the frequency in Vegas. Anyway, so again, I know people been making their comments and asking questions. So again, if you wanna, now that I'm pretty much done speaking about it, again, I'm not gonna make it too long. Just hit the point, then get the fuck on. So if you have any questions based on what was said throughout the video, feel free to ask them now. I'll be going through it. Otherwise, we can check out, and y'all can put that work in, however y'all choose to do so. But now that y'all can understand foundations, because again, I'm going to be speaking about this from so many different angles. Hopefully, one of these angles that I speak about this from can resonate with you, so you can start putting in that dark world physics. And it is what it is. So let me go through these comments. Where we at with it? What's up, Lively Living? What's up, Young Samsara? Afro Pick is in this bitch. What's up, Tangela? What's up, Theory of Everything? What's up, Turin's Garden? Shout out to New Orleans. What's up, Mr. 777? It's a Saturn hour right now. Well, yeah, I guess it was the Saturn hour. As I was speaking, that's just the correspondence. Now, did I purposely make this video at the hour of Saturn? Not necessarily. I'm like, let me just get this video done, before all this other stuff. As y'all see, you see last video I had to just stop it. So I'm like, let me do the video while everybody is doing other stuff, so there will be no disturbances. You don't have to hear no kids in the background, no craziness. So that's why I'm doing it now. So I'm gonna start doing the videos a little bit earlier, so that we don't have to do, once the afternoon come in, motherfuckers go crazy. Them PM hours. And I guess people don't really understand the science of that. The AM hours versus the PM hours. There's a reason why the energy is different from the AM hours versus the PM hours. But you can break down those letters into numbers, and you can find out the secrets of that in your own time. I always gotta leave you up with mysteries and homework to do. Motherfuckers just want somebody to explain everything to them. Then they, you gotta do your own homework. As I had to do my own homework. That's how I'm able to speak about this stuff. This is not something that was conveyed to me by another man. This is by me doing my own research and by me having my own experience. What's better than you having your own experience and you doing your own research and you coming to your own conclusion versus somebody just conveying something to you, but you're not going to have an inner understanding of it until you actually apply it. Okay. been really in tune with Saturn these days. Harvest energy, yeah, exactly. You know, we in adjacent months. For those who don't know about the adjacent months, July, August, September, October, November, these are the months when demonic satanic rituals take place. Right? For those who don't understand adjacent month. And if you don't understand it, just type it in. Just type in Jason, Jason months. And you can get the science behind that. You know what I mean? So these are definitely, the darker months. But we already knew that, right? Hopefully you already knew that. Um, what's up, Taymez? What's up? What's up, Loa X? What's up, Golden Appeal? What's up, the Prime Ascension? What's up, Cali? Cali is in this bitch. You know what I mean? Special shout outs to Cali. You know what I mean? You already know. What's up, Green Revolution is in the building. Green Revolution. Definitely helped me the trip to Arizona. So much love and respect to Green Revolution. That's what I'm saying. When I touch down in these cities, there's always at least one person who's with the shits. So always in Green Revolution was with the shits when I came to Arizona. It was a lot of motherfuckers, with this fuck shit. But Green Revolution, like a man, came through. We chopped it up. Hours. 6-hour build. Easy. But when you on that same page with a person, it ain't nothing. It's all love. So much respect to Green Revolution, for definitely holding me down when I, come to these strange cities and I don't know what the fuck is going on. You got somebody there to, let you know how things work. So that's always good. You know. So special shouts out to Green Revolution. You know what I mean? He definitely is with the shits. Well, I don't want to get into his personal business, but he's definitely with the shits. Much respect to you, bro. All right. Drip as in swag, yeah. And again, for those who don't understand the drip, the swag, yes, drip is swag. But if you still use the word swag, then you gotta update your language, update your lingo. That's all. So swag, you can say swag is like an old deity. So just imagine trying to work with an old deity that has no power. But when you say drip, you can say that is that same deity putting on a new outfit, a new uniform, taking on a new energy. And you can connect with it through the drip versus the swag or the style or, all these older words. You got to get in tune, speed up. You got to speed up. All right, but yeah, I did explain. I already know everybody's not watching every video, so yeah, it's gonna. I know for the regular viewers, you already know what I'm talking about, so I don't have to explain it. But everybody doesn't watch every video, so it's like I don't mind explaining things, because again, it's life. You're not watching every video because you don't care about it enough. You don't care about this information enough to watch these videos and to benefit from them. So if you don't care enough, then you going. This is what I mean. I'm going to be speaking about so much stuff, and it's not going to make sense to the public. But that's why I told y'all these videos are not for the public. This message is not geared towards the public because the public does not think like this. The public will never understand this. However, does the public tune in? Absolutely, because this is a public live stream, so anybody can tune in and see what the deal is. But nonetheless, the true students already know what's going on. I'm just giving you further and further information, going deeper and deeper and deeper, hitting those subconscious points. But for some people, they still, they're still hovering on the surface. You know what I mean? They haven't took that dive in just yet. So it is what it is. I know everybody's on their own level. That's why I said we have a universal audience. Everybody's on their own level, in their own way, doing their own thing. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm in a better mood today. I'm not gonna bomb nobody today, even if they talking out the side of their neck. But I'm in a good mood. Don't mean the snipers are in a good mood. That's why I got the snipers. So the snipers may not be in a good mood just because I'm in a good mood. But anyway, I said we don't even have to go there. Let me get back to the comments. The Orion constellation is in the southern sky early in the morning in case anybody's interested. I guess, if anybody's interested in the Orion constellation, which is pretty much the energy of death, the energy of Scorpio, so if you want to tap into your Scorpio energy, your death energy. Because what is death energy? Death, because when people think about death magic, they think about, death, like actually physically, killing somebody or you dying. Death is all about rebirth. So whenever you activate, that's you reborning yourself, you renewing your history. So death magic is you renewing your history. If you want to change your consciousness, you activate that through death magic. For those saying that like use death magic, I'm not trying to die. It's not about death. It's about rebirth. Death is just one side. Can't even be reborn without dying. So you have to give up a aspect of yourself in order to be reborn. You know what I mean? You had to, put certain things away and discern certain things until you became wise. Anyway, let me see. Kali is like Lilith. Yeah, you can say Lilith. Lilith is definitely another version of Kali. That is an accurate statement. That's what I mean. Everybody is going to have a certain deity that they resonate with. If it ain't Kali, if you're not into the Hindu, you may be into Lilith. You know what I mean? If for those who may not be into Lilith, like I said, there's always a feminine deity. That's why I say Pumbagira. You got Kali, Pumbagira, Lilith, so on, so on, and so on. You always got that dark feminine energy in every pantheon, right? So because everybody's coming from all over the world, whatever that dark pantheon, then that's what I'm talking about. So if it's not Kali, it's not Pumbagira, it's not Lilith, then it'll be whatever system that you resonate with. I believe Oya, for those who are into the Orishas, I believe Oya is like that chaotic spirit. You got Oya from the Orishas. So on and so forth. So on and so forth. All right. Pumbagira equals she-devil. Exactly. Like you type in Pumbagira, do your Googles on Pumbagira, you will find the she-devil. And that's what I mean. Pumbagira is the counterpart of Ishu. Ishu representing the devil, Pumbagira she-devil. But they are one being. So there you go. You know what I mean? It's once you know your shit, life doesn't, present illusions to you that you don't understand. So that's why you can look at something like Pippin and Hoenn and not be disgusted by it. You can be like, oh, this is ancient science. You're not like everybody else, like, yo, that shouldn't be happening. Even though this has been happening since day one. And there will always be a demand for pussy. Pussy will sell when nothing else will. But again, people don't want to accept the lower nature of reality. This is reality rap. All I speak about is reality. So anybody who does not accept reality is not going to get a message. Facts, it's all reality. There's no need for lie, deception of speaking about. You can look up. I'm giving you the tarot cards. I'm giving you the resources. So all this is reality. This is not just, But anyway, what's up? Back from hiatus. So Ishu is the pimp and Pumbagira is the hoe. Exactly. Now, of course, I'm just using pimping and hoeing. It goes beyond that. It can be like, it can also represent a married man and a married woman. Because again, every deity has many paths, right? Every deity has many paths. So I'm just using that. I'm just using that extreme example, because they don't want to talk about the underworld and the dark side. So that's why I specifically talk about the dark side and the underworld more so than like a married man and a married woman. And everybody, let the church people talk about that, But I guess this is church, the church of Satan, without the actual temple, But anyway, welcome to church, motherfuckers. Anyway, exactly, the frequency of Vegas, it's the entertainment capital of the world. So, you know what I mean? You take your ass to the strip, you can literally do anything. You want to go to an aquarium, it's there. You want to go play any type of sport, it's there. You want to see some, some boxing or whatever, wrestling, everything is in Vegas when it comes to entertainment. But other than that, that's really all Vegas has to offer. So once you get tired of, sipping the drink and seeing all, being in the casinos and all that, once you get over that, some people love that. Some people don't get over it. Some people love being in Vegas, but some people's like, man, it's, once you get over it, you get over it. So it is what it is. It's just all, to me, that's why it's important to travel. Because I be getting tired of Vegas sometimes. That's why you may see me in a different city. I'm like, I need to fucking travel. But it's just a way of life. All right. Thanks. I really resonate with this. I appreciate that 305 Capricorn. Real quick, what does a menstrual blood with the knife do? Is it protection? All right, so Afro Pick is talking about on my last video or the video before that, whichever video it was. Because I know I also upload different types of videos. So when I say my last video, if you look at my actual last video, I believe it was an ASMR video. So when I say my last video, I'm not talking about my actual last video. You're like, yo, it's an ASMR video. I'm talking about my last live stream. And in my last live stream, I spoke about, women dipping a knife in their menstrual blood and putting it on their altar. And Afro Pick is asking, well, why would you do that? Is it for protection? And my answer is, it's more so about iron. It's more so about Mars. Like when we're talking about a knife, we're talking about iron. We're talking about Zerabanda, or we're talking about Ogun, the metal worker, right? In every pantheon, you got the metal worker, right? The you can say the Patars, or the Kunsuns, not the Kunsuns, the Kanums, the maker. Anyway, it's more so Mars and Saturn though. So you see, they stick with like Shango or Ogun, with just the raw Mars energy. So when you see the knife, you're dealing with metal, you're dealing with iron, right? So when you're dealing with iron, so when you dip iron in blood, it's the same way where if you were on the battlefield and you had a spear and you penetrated somebody with the spear, they died. You took the spear out. You penetrated their heart, and they died like within like 30 seconds, whatever. You pull it out. Now the spear has blood on it, right? That spear has been charged with the spirit of that person, and because you are wielding that spear, you are transmuting that spirit to resonate, to empower you. It's like pretty much capturing somebody's soul and you wielding the power of their soul. So when you take a person's life with the spear, their life force is being drained into the metal. The metal, on a spiritual level, the metal is absorbing that spiritual essence, which allows that spirit to become enchantment. So you enchant. When you kill, you enchant. Maybe am I going too deep? Let me take these off. Let me take these off. Let me turn this music up on. Maybe I'm going too deep. But you get it. You get it, right? It's enchantment. You are charging up. So with your menstrual blood, which contains your spirit, you are enchanting that knife with your spiritual energy, right? And since you're working with iron, or the energy of Mars or metal, because each chakra resonates with a certain metal. We ain't got to get into that, but basically Mars, or your solar plexus, resonates with iron. So when you blood, you are enchanting that iron with your spiritual energy. Now that knife, when you put it on your altar, it can work as like a spiritual ally in the other world for you. Right? So you put it on your altar. Remember, your altar is like exists in between two worlds. So when you build an altar, it's a physical altar, but it also exists, remember, as above, so below. So when you create an altar, it's pretty much, this is the portal between worlds. That's what an altar is. An altar is a portal between worlds. So when you put that spiritually charged dagger on your altar, which exists between worlds, that energy can help you. You can say it's like you creating an avatar on the other side. So through that blood, you can penetrate the other side. That's what the dagger represents anyway. Penetration into the other side, the astral plane, the spiritual plane, and your blood represents your spirit. Your spirit penetrating through the astral plane or the dark world physics. That's what that's talking about. Now, of course, I didn't go into depth because, you know, we always limited on time. It's only so much I can talk about. You know, trying to contain the time. So I'll be here 6 fucking hours. So I got to limit myself. You see, this is all up the dome. You know what I mean? Like, no notes. Anyway, I pay attention to the mood of the hours as well. Definitely. Golden appeal, definitely. You know, you can definitely tell the difference when you are really in tune. All right. Some of the people here are in the public. Yeah, we spoke about that. All right, let me see. What's up, Aiden? Gaming 5. Could Jesus and his disciples be viewed as a secret society? Definitely. They were a secret society. You know what I mean? Like they would Jesus would speak to the public, but he wasn't revealing secrets to the public. The secrets were being revealed to the disciples. And the one who betrayed him was, you know, you always got that motherfucker. Like in every group, you got a traitor. And you know, that's just how this shit goes. You got somebody who pretty much wants to be in your position. Like if you are the head honcho, you always got one of your fucking stupid ass disciples. And I call them stupid because they can't get over their fucking egos. They want to be you, even though they have not made the sacrifice you made. That's the difference. They want to be you without the sacrifice. And that's why his homie traded him in for some bread or some money. Because in his mind, in his disciples' mind, money was the most valuable thing to them. Versus Jesus, who was saying the most valuable thing is your spirit. The most valuable thing is your soul. Right? Your spirit and your soul. But that motherfucker don't understand that lingo. He like, I'm trying to get paid. Is that not like everybody else out here? So when you read the story of Jesus, you look at how everybody else goes about their life, and they just like that. They just like the trader. They sell you out for some money so that they can buy some Gucci shoes, or they can buy some Fendi, some Prada. You know, trying to be somebody they're not. So they will sell out your ass, trying to live a lifestyle that they never even made the sacrifice to live. And that's just the reality of it, right? Your question, yes, that can definitely be viewed as a secret society. All right. Let me see. Is there anything I should build my awareness on before I begin graveyard work? Work with the energy of Saturn. Work with the energy of Baron Samedi. You know, Baron Samedi rules over the graveyard. And any of the barons, actually. You know, you got the Encyclopedia of Spirits, Afro-Pick, so you already know. Just look up the barons, right? Just look up in the B's, you got the barons. There's so many barons. So work with the barons, Baron. So you got Baron Samedi, that, you know, Baron Criminal. You know, you got many of them. It's about 5 or 6 of them, maybe more or less. So work with the energy of the Baron, which is essentially the energy of Saturn, which is what you see here. That's why you see them with the top hat, right? When you type in Baron Samedi, Samedi, Baron Samedi, he's going to be depicted with the top hat, with the full trench coat, the black trench coat with the top hat. So that's why y'all see me with all these top hats. You know, here's a little pimp with the top hat. Here's a cat with the top hat, and here's a musician with the top hat. That's all Saturn protection. So if you're working with the graveyard, you know, also have some tobacco. You don't gotta, you don't have to inhale it. Like buy you a cigarello, you know, one of those 99-cent joints. And so when you're in the crossroads of the graveyard, you got the graveyard over here. And you got the, you know, it's like a portal. You got the entrance of the graveyard, maybe a big gate or whatever. However you get into the graveyard, you want to smoke the tobacco. You don't have to inhale it. You can just put the smoke in your mouth and blow it out. That's just like you making an offering to the spirits. Like, you know, Be making it known that you have arrived and making it known that you will be, here doing spiritual work. So you pretty much you are announcing yourself to the spirits, the graveyard spirits, when you inhale the tobacco, blow it out about 3 times. Let your presence be known, and get that work in. So as long as you don't feel no type of sinister energy around, you good to go. Respect to the divine feminine, absolutely. The divine feminine is something special. You know what I mean? So anybody who has had the pleasure to meet the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is expressed through the avatars of women in today's times. They have always existed, but they've been killed off. Through the witch hunts and all that. The divine feminine has always been killed off by masculine men. And I'm not going to say masculine men. It's just weak men, not truly understanding the power of the woman. That's why women have always been oppressed. Not because they're lesser than, but because of their power, their magnetism. Because women can make men weak with that pussy, with that body, with that, just the feminine nature can just make a man weak. And men don't like that. Men don't like that. Like, damn, I just need some pussy. They don't like feeling weak like that. But, you gotta be a strong motherfucker to be able to look at a woman butt ass naked and not penetrate her. Because you understand that, maybe we need to work some magic. Let's see if you can channel some spirits or something butt ass naked with the roses, got the candles with the inverted pentagram with the roses and with the tobacco. Maybe I'm going too deep. See, every now and then I give y'all little specks, little hints of how my mind works for real. But anyway, where we at with it? That Vegas comment when you said once you get over the glamour, you can move on. It's true. That's why I'm not into the strip club scene that much. I got over the glamour of it. Yeah, everything is about glamour. Like every city, every city looks amazing in the movies, right? You watch a movie that took place in New York, it make New York look beautiful. Watch a movie depicted in Los Angeles, it makes any Atlanta, Detroit, any city, it makes the city look crazy. Not crazy, but it makes the city look beautiful. But when you actually touch down to the city and you see the reality of it, you're like, yo, this is all a facade. I'm like, yo, this city don't even the movies that have you thinking that it is all about glamour. So once you get over the glamour and you get into reality, now you can start to move like you're supposed to move when you get into reality. That's why I encourage reality. That's why I'm talking about Satan, Saturn. Reality. Get out of these glamours and illusions because they will not serve you. They come and they go. But what remains is the truth. The truth don't change. But the glamour and the lies and the illusions have to change every day because they don't last. They're short term. So all these people out here trying to acquire all these things for the short term and not thinking about the long term, that's the problem. That's why it's more important for you to build something original than you trying to follow trends, trying to be popular, trying to chase the glamour. Build something original and build yourself from scratch. That is the divine arts. That is the great work. That is the alchemical process. Going through all of your 7 chakras, going through all of your 7 planets, expressing everything from your higher self to your lower self. So there are some people who, again, like they may not have a one-night stand because they feel like that's them lowering their standards, not realizing that that's the point. Why do you even have fucking standards in terms of you look at something as beautiful as sexual pleasure as you lowering your standards. This is what I mean. When you get out of that glamorized, illusionary life, you start to see reality. And we are sexual beings, whether you like it or not. So to say that you are lowering your standards to have a one-night stand, and I'm just using that as an example. Of course, you got people that get into relationships. But, I'm just using that as some people look at that like I would never do something like that. As if, well, you don't get horny too. And if you're not in a relationship, what the fuck you gonna do? Well, I'm just gonna use these dildos and these toys or my hand. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Let's be real for a minute. But anyway, people are just, they're caught up in their own bullshit. When you speak the truth, it don't do nothing. But whatever. Who cares? All right. I need to start playing video games again. Definitely, video games give you a thorough understanding of mythology. Definitely. So if you want to understand history, play a video game that took place, in the Middle Ages, that takes place in the future, that takes place in the current. Video games definitely give you an idea of how things went in certain time periods. So definitely, video games definitely give you a quick glance of history for those who may not understand how things work before the internet, or before just modern technology and all these things. So definitely. All right, where we at with it? Can you talk about the cube of Saturn? What it is and what does it represent? It's just another symbol of Saturn. Because a cube is one of the 5 Platonic solids, which is alchemy. So if you don't have an understanding of the 5 Platonic solids, then you're not going to understand the cube. Because that's where the cube comes from. The cube comes from the 5 Platonic solids. This is all alchemy, hermeticism. For all my Western occultists out there, y'all already know about this. So this is Western occultism. That's why, again, we are merging the East with the West, right? So you got to study the 5 Platonic solids. And once you study the 5 Platonic solids and you have a thorough understanding of what the cube represents from a mathematical perspective as well as a spiritual perspective, then you can understand the cube of Saturn. And once you throw the energy of Saturn on top of the understanding of the cube, then it'll make sense. So you just study the 5 Platonic solids to get a thorough understanding of what the cube represents. So whether it's the cube of Saturn or the cube of the Sun, the cube of Mercury, you understand the science of the cube. And that's a whole nother video. Just going through the 5 Platonic solids. That's a build in and of itself. But there's a resource for you if you want to do your own research. So we're gonna always give out those references. The bearings are why the Orion constellation is so important to me. Definitely. So definitely the bearings, so the Orion, so on and so forth. For those who are interested in that type of work. So I think y'all get my point now. So before we check out, hopefully y'all have a better understanding of Saturn, Baphomet, the devil, Satan, masculine energy, feminine energy, the eye of Shiva, Shiva and Shakti or Shiva and Kali, the masculine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, why Kali refuses to be subjected by the rulership of a man. And I guess I didn't finish that point. That's why Shiva submits himself to Kali. See, this is the whole science of pimping and hoeing. What's up, Jory? Jory's in the building. This is the whole science of pimping and hoeing. A pimp isn't really concerned with dominating women, even though it may appear to be that way to the outside looking in. Like, oh, this pimp is just dominating women. That's not what's going on. You say a pimp is relaxed. You tell me if I'm lying. A pimp is relaxed. A pimp is chill. He's just counting his money. He ain't really do this. He ain't really trying to dominate. Like, the women are like independent. He's just there. You know what I mean? He just playing his role. He don't have to. That's why some people consider pimps feminine. Like, they may wear like a lot of colorful shit. You know what I mean? Like yo, these pimp is always like, yo, pimp is gay because look at the way they have their little fingernails on and all that stuff. They embody the feminine principle as a man, and the woman embodies a masculine principle by being that independent woman, going out there and getting the money. That's the divine feminine embodying the divine masculine. So instead of a woman staying at home and allowing a man to do that, she's doing that for herself because she is independent. That's the divine feminine embodying the divine masculine. And divine masculine, who otherwise, you got to go out there and work hard and bust your ass and do this and do that. The divine masculine embodying the divine feminine says, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to go work for somebody else and build their shit up, and I'm just getting crumbs. The divine masculine embodying the divine feminine says, I need to connect with the divine feminine. I need a woman that is independent so that I can sit on the throne and be passive, not lazy, passive so that I can stay in tune with the movements of the universe. That's what essentially makes somebody in the underworld successful or not. You have to pay attention to the movements of the stars, which is very hard to do when you at the job busting your ass. But that's what the woman does. The woman goes out and handles the physical business. The pimp handles the spiritual business. So they play their role. Now again, the outside looking in is just, oh, the pimp is lazy. He just had all these women. He's not making the women do anything. They are choosing. And that's what I mean. You don't, now, yes, has there been pimps who would do all this? Absolutely. But those are not the ones I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about the ones who understand that pimping is a non-contact sport. A non-contact sport, meaning you don't do this. Those are considered gorilla pimps. There's a term for these motherfuckers, right? They're gorilla pimps. So you can either be a gorilla pimp or a good pimp. You can either be the dude doing this, trying to force a bitch out, or you can allow her to go out the door on her own merit. You don't have to do anything. She's already up 9 o'clock. She's already walking out the door. You have to say shit to her because she wants to do it for you, also for herself, so that she can get the benefits of it as well as you benefit, because you are embedding the spiritual information into the whole so that she can perform, so that she is protected in these streets, and so that she doesn't get manipulated. So the pimp is in tuning himself to the spiritual realm so that he can embed that into his woman so that she can stay protected and that she can stay cool. However, you got two people working, who's going to get the spiritual information? Or if you got two people being spiritual, who's going to go out there and get the bread? It's a balance, you know what I mean? For those who just don't understand it, because again, some people are stupid. They just are, society has embedded it in your mind. Bullshit. So therefore, again, some people's gonna hear all this and they just don't resonate with it. It is what it is. Once you come into reality, everything I say makes sense. But if you are living in an illusion, and an illusion, right? Nothing is gonna make sense. Nothing dealing with reality makes sense. It just is what it is. So, anyway, what's up, divine chakras? That's why I hate jobs. It ain't about hating the job. It's all about what you are doing. Like, for example, there is nothing wrong with a person working a job to fund their own operation. No problem with that. You're extracting resources from the slave master so that you can start your own business. No problem with that. However, most people are not doing that. Most people are trying to get a retirement check, a 401k, right? Wait till the plane go past. Let's see where we at with it. 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so most people trying to live off a 401k and what is it called, pensions and all that stuff. So they're trying to work that 30, 40 years or however fuck them, and they never have nothing of their own, and they can't pass anything to their kids. So it's all a perspective. It's nothing wrong with working a job to fund your own operation. Nothing wrong with that. Work a job a year, you fund your operation, or you may work a job 5 years until your operation starts to make you money so that you can quit. There's nothing wrong with you putting in the groundwork for you to do what you truly want to do. Nothing wrong with that. It's only when you type of side hustle, when your only source of income is at one place, that can be taken away from you at any time. That's when the problem arises, where you are not protecting yourself. Because if for whatever reason they fire you, what you gonna do? You got some other shit working. You already got your side hustle. You may have 2 side hustles, business. So if that job leaves, you can still provide for your family if necessary, right? Or freelancing. For all my people who don't like jobs, you got freelancing, where you can utilize your skill set, for one time thing. They pay you for a one-time thing. So for all my people who don't like jobs, you got freelancing out there. Become a freelancer. Offer your services for a particular money. You know what I mean? So you can do freelancing. You can work once or twice a week and be able to pay your fucking rent just by freelancing. You know what I mean? You know how to work a camera. Start, taking pictures. You know what I mean? Whatever your skill set is, there's a way to get money with it so that you can support yourself, so that you can do what you're supposed to do. But anyway, I know this is not a financial channel but this is all within the realm of Saturn, all within this stuff. This is pretty much earth magic. So that's why I'm just speaking about all these earthly things. All right, where we at with it? Do I have videos on homosexuality? Like, I've spoken about homosexuality. I didn't dedicate a whole video to it because it is what it is. But my personal opinion about it, it's complicated because people are simple-minded. It's just things that I don't speak about because people just not ready to hear it. But I speak about it now because it is what it is. Because there's different variations. Like, I don't consider, or let me lay out how most people think about homosexuality. Homosexuality is more so about who you fucking. This is how most people think. Oh, you are homosexual because you have sex with the same sex. That's essentially the mainstream perspective of what it is. But when you add the spirituality to it, because you can't, if you look at anything in life without the spirituality, let me see what time it is. It's 2:06. All right. If you look at anything in life without the spiritual context, it's not going to make sense. And it's going to look like, because people say, oh, homosexuality is anti-nature. You can say that. But when you add the spirituality to it, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense when you take it out. It just just looks like a bunch of dudes and a bunch of women just having sexual orgies, and it looks like some type shit. When you take the spirituality out of it and you just leave it like that, and that's with anything. Like I said, you take the spirituality out of pimping and hoeing, all you got left is gorilla pimping and renegade hoes. You take the spirituality out of it, it ain't gonna be what it's supposed to be. So if you take the spirituality out of anything, it's not going to be what it's supposed to be. So when it comes to homosexuality, it's just all about, if you look at it outside of the spiritual perspective, it just like, it turns a lot of people off, and some people like, okay, let anybody love who they want to love. You got these different perspectives. But if you take the spirituality out of it, it's not going to make sense. What is the spirituality of homosexuality? Because some people say some people are born gay and some people are made gay. To me, both of those realities are one. In terms of, if we already make a decision to be what we are, that means a person that already made a decision to live that lifestyle before they even had a physical body. So whatever situation that occurred in their life that caused them to view things differently, it was already pre-written in their chart. The true astrologer, you can see it in the person's chart, it's already there. So it's not a coincidence that a person lives that type of lifestyle. It's already within them. So, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. To me, homosexuality and all things that are an abomination or considered an abomination, to me, is just reality. The reality is, some people are not going to do what you consider to be right. Some people are going to do things that twist your mind. Like, I can't believe this shit. People fucking animals or people fucking kids and all this. Some shit is just going to fuck you up. It just doesn't make any sense. However, this is all things is a goal. That's why you see all these, what are they called? Priests fucking these little boys are raped more than little girls. Because that's just what the fuck people are into. Nonetheless, because they understand the spirituality of it. Not justifying it. It just is what it is. Because is it going to stop tomorrow? No. Has it been going on before I was here and anybody watch this video? So it ain't going to stop. It is what it is. This is it. We are on planet Earth. So that's my answer to that. We are on planet Earth, and the planet Earth is going to show you some strange things. That truth is stranger than fiction. You know what I mean? There's no need to do a whole video on it. It just is, to me, it's basic mathematics. Basic mathematics. Show you it's all about how you take it. Exactly. Gorilla pimp or sweet pimp. There it is. You know what I mean? All right. Very true. My cousin is a nice pimp. I wouldn't say a nice pimp. Pimps are still masculine. They still are dominant. They're not forceful. They're still masculine. They still have dominance. They just are not forceful, right? He wanted to get out of the game, but his ladies wouldn't let him. Never understood why. Because it's a lifestyle. It's like somebody living a fast life. You don't want to stop. You just stop because you're kind of forced to. Like, the block is getting too hot. I got to slow this shit down. That's really why people get up. But again, the true essence is you get in the game to get out the game. You don't get in the game to stay there. You get in the game to get your money and get the fuck out. That's the true signs of the underworld. You get in the game to get the fuck out. You get in the game, make your money, then get the fuck out the game, start your business and live your life. That's the purpose of the underworld. Now, some people want to stay there, but that was never the point. Get your money, start your legitimize your illegal money, flip your money into legal money, and live a legal life. Because to be in the underworld your whole life, you're going to eventually go to jail because you've just been doing it too long. That's not the nature of the game. Get in, get your money, get your knowledge of self, read your books, do all those things, then legitimize your business. Pimping this business, honing this business, legitimize your business. That's the purpose. But again, if you don't go into the game with that mentality, then of course you're just going to be doing it for, I'm just going to do it as long as I can type motherfucker. We ain't got time for that. So, yes, the game will always be pulling you back in. Because you're going to get used to that easy money, that fast money, that lifestyle, that drippy lifestyle. It's easy to get addicted to it. It's easy to get addicted to the glamour. Because most people get into pimping and hoeing like, because they drippy. Like, look at what that pimp is wearing. Look at what the hoes is wearing. They drippy. So most people just look at the surface and they're like, I want to be drippy. So let me get into that. Not knowing the business aspect, not knowing the underground and the street aspects. There are different rules that apply in the streets, as I spoke about earlier. The streets is way more ruthless because you're dealing with reality. But, we ain't got to go too deep into that. All right. Yeah, that's what you do for makeup. Well, I guess you're talking about freelancing. Yeah, exactly. See, all my people who are with the shits, they understand exactly what I'm saying. They already know what I'm saying. So it is what it is. And again, for anybody who want to support me, just join the website, $5 a month. Everybody can do it. You know what I mean? Again, you don't got to send me no super chats. You don't have to buy no services from me. It's $5 a month. And we can keep this shit going. Simple shit. So just giving a little plug before we end the video. For anybody who, didn't know about that. Everybody should know by now. So if y'all appreciate the videos, definitely show the support. If you want the videos to continue. Alright. Since you're speaking about homosexuality, what do you think about young bucks training issues? I don't think about nothing. I don't feel no type of way about what any man is doing in the bedroom. I don't get into that. I don't give let me I can down the science of transsexuals and trannies. I can break, that's a whole science. It's the energy of Baphomet. It's a man embodying a feminine spirit. However, man, do we really need to get into this shit? I guess this is what's on people's mind. You see, I'm not bringing this shit up. The people are bringing it up, so I guess I got to speak about it. I guess this is what's on everybody's minds. I don't like speaking about it because, again, people get stupid. But if everybody will be an adult for once and just listen. All right. The front of the body is positive. The back of the body is negative. The left side is negative. The right side is positive. The upper part is positive. The lower part is feminine. Right? So, what do I mean by that? When a man and a woman has sex, that is positive or electric energy. Because the front of the body, what's on the front of the body? The pussy and the dick. So that's electric energy. So when a man and woman has sex, that's electric energy. However, if you're dealing with the anal sex, which is, gay men, when you're dealing with anal, now you're dealing with the back of the body. Now you're dealing with the negative aspects of the body. So the anal is negative energy, and the pussy is positive because it's the front of the body and the back of the body. So the sex is completely different. For example, like, so we gotta get off of like a because I know some motherfuckers be like, oh, it's just sex. No, it's a different type of sex because it's working with a different type of energy. So for people who are drawn to the trannies or the transsexual lifestyle, it's because they are drawn to a darker energy because it's negative energy. If you're drawn to the anal play versus the pussy play, you're drawn to the negative aspects or the darker aspects of magic. That's why you have people like Aleister Crowley. You have, people was engaged in the homosexual sex and the occult. They just kind of go together. That's just what's been going on because it's a different type of magic. There's a certain energy that you can pull from another man that you can't pull from another woman. And there's a certain energy that you can pull from a woman that you can't pull from a man. So, for, again, people like Aleister Crowley, people that was just liberalists, that were just out here, just fucking on anything. That's why people like kids. Kids have a certain energy. That's why people are into all this craziness. So, if you can view it as an adult, you can understand why this happens. It's about the energy. So a man drawn to a transsexual is not necessarily him questioning his sexuality. Because if you are a man and you are drawn to a transsexual, to me, that does not make you gay. Or to me, that doesn't make you a homosexual. But again, let's not even use these terms. Why? Because a gay man likes masculine energy. If you are a man and you're gay, you like masculine energy. Why as a gay man would you be attracted to another man with long hair and makeup on, breast implants and ass implants? To a gay man, why would a gay man be drawn to another man trying to be a woman? That's not how it goes. But the straight man, because as you can say because I don't, like, for example, because they brought up Young Buck, do I believe that Young Buck is getting fucked in his ass? Or he likes other masculine men? I don't think so. I don't think it's that deep. And again, I'm just using him because just the people brought him up. I don't think it's that deep where he's allowed himself to be penetrated by another man, another masculine, bald-headed ass man. I don't think it's that. I just think it's the energy. But negative energy is more powerful than positive energy. So, for example, just put this, and this will be the last point on this topic. Because we don't have to get too deep into this, but just by me just understanding the spirit realm, it's like I just view things differently. I don't look at things on the surface and judge them. So I don't look at men and, I'll be seeing, again, you see the shit all in Vegas. You should probably see it in Vegas more than anywhere else. You see transsexuals all over the place. But let me give you the signs. Why are straight men, not gay men, but straight men, what is the point? The point is, it's because it's affecting the subconscious mind. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by it's affecting the subconscious mind? So as a man, who, let's just say, you don't want to deal with women. Why? Because you ain't trying to be boyfriend, girlfriend. You're not trying to go out on dates. You're not trying to do all this craziness, right? That you feel you have to do. So when you look at the transsexual, you're like, all right, I don't have to deal with none of this bullshit that I normally have to dealing with a woman. Because some dudes are just fed the fuck up with women, period. Right? Some dudes are just fed up. So they're like, they don't even want to deal with women at all type shit. Not that they're about to go to dealing with buff, bald-headed dudes. It's not like that. So in their mind, you can say they're more so about I can still deal with a woman, the spirit of a woman, not physically a woman, but the spirit of a woman. I can deal with the spirit of the woman and actually channel the energy, because obviously he will be doing the penetrating and not being penetrated. So magically and spiritually, when you are doing the penetrating, you already know. You already know. You know, you already know. We can go into that. Anyway, when you are doing the penetrating as a man, whether you penetrating some pussy or fucking anal, you doing the penetrating. Whoever you are penetrating is receiving your energy, your thought patterns, your genetic signature, right? So when they are receiving your energy, depending on your level of science and magic, your level of science and magic, depending on if you understand sex magic. Some people just get a nut from it. Other people, you can, as a man, you can create an oracle when you penetrate into some pussy or some ass. Like, again, just be an adult, for you know what I mean. I know this shit sounds weird as fuck. Just be an adult though. You know what I mean. We gotta. If you don't like it, just, it is what it is. The oral, you can put a spirit into a person through penetration, and depending on your level of magic, will depend on what type of spirit you're able to put into a person. But I'll leave it right there. We ain't gonna go too deep into it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is still a public format, so the public is not, they're not really qualified to truly understand this shit. So for anybody who don't understand, who don't agree with it, I perfectly understand. Not again, it just is what it is. I just don't get caught up in other people's lifestyle. I understand it. I look for understanding and not judgment. So because the same shit happened with like Bobby V, however long ago. Bobby V got caught up with the tranny as well. But it's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you gonna do? It's the underworld. The tranny underworld is probably more popular than the hoes at this point. That's the reality. The reality is trannies are ruling the underworld because that's where they exist. Because I see them. And you always see them with men. And the men know what the fuck they're getting into. But it's just something about the energy. The energy is different than that of a woman. And it's like something that they want to explore. They want to explore the mysteries of that dark side. And so fucking be it, that is their fucking business. It is what it is. Alright, so the game is cold, but it's fair. Yeah. Absolutely agree with that. The game is cold, but it's fair. I like both. I'm always told I gotta choose one, but I can't, nor should you. Androgyny is big in today's times. So I've been traveling around. I'm seeing this shit. This shit was freaking me out. I'm like, God damn, I didn't know the androgynous energy was this heavy. You seeing fucking niggas is fucking niggas, bitches is fucking bitches, and vice versa, this bisexual shit. I'm like, yo, it is what it is. Because I understand the energy. So I can understand why a person engages in that lifestyle. And it ain't for me to judge. It is what it is. So, all right. Let me see what we got. How would you pay a hoe? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So Solomon is asking, pretty much like with the pimping and hoeing, how does a money system work? You know what I mean? Does a pimp take all the money, or does he give some money to the woman and all that? Because in the pureness of the game, the pimp received 100% of the profits, and the woman pretty much was not allowed to handle any money. Because you know how women get when they get money in their hands, they start to spend that shit, right? That's with any woman. They just love shopping. You know what I mean? So if they got an extra $1,000 that they don't have to do shit with, you know what's going down. So from the old school perspective, it was like, no, the men handle the money, because if you just keep money around women, they're gonna find ways to spend it. But as a man, you're supposed to be on your principles and make sure that you are making the proper investments so that y'all can exist long term, right? So in today's times, it may be a little different. Not to say that the old school way doesn't work, but all these new motherfuckers want to create their own thing. That's why pipping and hoeing in today's times is garbage. So let me say that. So I'm not saying it like this is just the best thing going like it used to be, because there's no principles in it. So the game in today's times is completely different. It's saturated. It's not pure like it was, like the 70s and all that stuff. But nonetheless, in today's times, it's really at your discretion, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be taking care of your woman anyway. So even if let's just say she's bringing you $1,000 every month, not every month, every night. At the end of her shift, she got a band. She bring you a band. In a week, that's 7 bands, no taxes. How much is that in a month? What is that? 7, 14, to what, like 36 or $36,000 in a month, or some shit like that, right? You make more in a month than the person makes in a whole year. So everybody's not qualified to handle that type of money. Most motherfuckers wouldn't know what to do with 30 bands sitting right in front of them. They wouldn't even know what to do with that. So like, for all these people who want money, I need money. If you had 30 bands in front of you right now, what the fuck would you even do with it? Do you truly know how money works? But we ain't even got to get into that, right? So with the money system, with the pimping and hoeing, I would say you take all the money, but you are taking care of your business. And if you're taking care of your business, a woman does not mind, because you're taking care of your business. Now, if you going around tricking the money off, she's not gonna like that. Like, yo, I'm going out here busting my ass, and you just gonna take this money and do some stupid shit with it? She's not gonna appreciate that. But if she sees you properly investing that money in the places that it's supposed to be, then it's no problem. Why? Because you're taking care of your business. So there's no need for a woman to even have to deal with the money, because you are taking care of your business, and which is you guys' business. Your business is her business. Her business is your business. You just are the designated money handler. Not that you are keeping it for yourself and you let your woman suffer. She's just as fly as you. She's eating at the same restaurants you're eating at. She's living the same lifestyle you're living. So it's not that you're taking the money and she doesn't get anything. She's doing everything you're doing. And if you have multiple women, it's the same way. It's like they all fly. Y'all all fly. Y'all all living good. Y'all all driving cars. Y'all all got your own homes. Y'all not like 3-4 people in the same apartment with one car type shit. It's like, we ain't got time for that. Everybody got their own shit. Got their own car. Got their own house. You know what I mean? They got their own money in their bank, right? So then you can start putting money in your woman's bank eventually. So once you get out the game, she's a homeowner. She owns a high luxury car, and she got bands in the bank. Is that not the point? Anyway, maybe my mind is just a little bit too ancient, because to me this just makes perfect sense. But there's just so much confusion nowadays with the masculine and the feminine energy. That's why there's just so much clashing. The understanding is not there. But it's supposed to be that way in order for us to be reborn and go through the alchemical process to become something new. Anyway. Man, how raw do we have to get? Because I know ain't nobody else talking about this shit, right? So I guess, people bring me the questions because ain't nobody else speaking about this from an educated perspective based on energy. Everybody, oh, fuck that shit. They don't really have shit to say about it. Anyway, yeah, so I already know it is what it is. What's up, Satori Bloom? Let's see. Yeah, exactly, motherfucking. Let everybody do them. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping. You know, it's women out here loving other beautiful women. You know, masculine women or feminine women. And I said, let people live their life. It's just not that big of a deal. All right. Selena is in the building. What's up, Selena? You know, reporting all the way from Lebanon. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got a diverse audience. Selena from Lebanon. What's the deal? So like I said, when you mind your own business, this shit doesn't do anything. It's just that people are just so into gossip. That's why this becomes a thing. Everybody want to know who's fucking who, how much money is in somebody else's pocket watches and all this shit. We live in that type of society. This is a trash society. Everybody like, how much money did they make on that movie? How much money did they make a year? What is their net worth? You know what I mean? Who were they fucking? Who was the side chick? Who was the side? It was like everybody's into the wrong shit and wonder why things are the way they are. You should not be concerned with what is in somebody else's pocket or what's going on in somebody else's bedroom. That should not be anything that you are even concerned with. Because you're too busy fucking your own hoes. You're too busy making your own money. You ain't got time to worry about what's going on with your neighbors or what's going on down the street, what's going on with your family members. You really don't care. Everybody is grown. Like, yo, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Anyway, life will be a better place, but we already know that's not going to happen. So that's why we gotta move in silence, and we gotta move with so much finesse and drip. That's why the pimp gets glamorized and the hoe gets glamorized, because that's the way people's minds work. That's what attracts the women to the pimp, because he got the jewels on. You know what I mean? He's masculine. Not that he gives a fuck about the jewelry or the car. The woman cares about that shit, so that's why she's with him. It's not that he just using this shit. This ain't nothing to him. But anyway. Post this information on the website. Like I said, I don't really like talking about this stuff, because people just don't understand. But what I'm gonna do is, for those who are a part of the website, I got a couple more articles that I'm going to drop. Then I'm going to start doing exclusive videos. What I wanted to do for the website, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a foundation first. And that's what I did. So again, it's about 80, between 80 and 90 articles on the website now. You know, so I probably got maybe 95, 100. I'm not sure how many left, So after I drop the articles, then I'll start doing exclusive videos, because at that point, everybody should be caught up. So what the whole purpose of the website is, if you don't know anything, the website is going to give you 100 articles for you to catch up, to get up to speed about the occult, the esoteric, the mysticism, everything that we speak about. If you don't have a thorough understanding of it, I gave you 100 articles or 90 articles so that you can catch up. Okay, this is what that means. This is what that means. This is where this comes from. I'm giving you Eastern mysticism, African mysticism, and Western mysticism. Right? It's the whole world in one place from an esoteric, mystic, occult perspective. That's what it is. So after the foundation is laid down, then I can start doing more videos and speaking about it, because it should be known at that point. So that's the whole point of the website, to build a foundation. So if you can be somebody completely ignorant, join the website, catch up on your game, then you can come to the videos and have a thorough understanding of what's being said. So that's the point. All right. Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers saying trannies is winning. They are. Like I said, it's reality. But now you know why. See, everybody knows this. They just don't know why. Like, damn, why is all these niggas into these trannies? Why? Because all these women is on bullshit. See, let me speak on that. Again, I don't like speaking about this shit, you know what I mean? But truly, the reason trannies exist is because, women be on bullshit. I know, again, I'm not talking about the divine feminine. I'm not talking about the divine feminine. But I'm just talking about these regular motherfuckers out here who don't know who they are, they be on so much bullshit that dudes just don't want to deal with it. So there you got the fucking tranny over there who's probably on their own bullshit, but it doesn't have to be brought into the bedroom. You can, I guess if you're a trick, you just pay your money, you get just the same way with hoes, trannies, hoes, you pay your money, you get your nut, you go home. You know what I mean? Keep the shit simple. It's just clean business. Keep it clean. It's clean business. But again, because women, again, that outside of the divine feminine, they be on so much bullshit. It's just that men are just turned off from women. Like, it just, I understand it. Why? Because I don't like the regular women out here either. I'm like, I don't give them no time. They try to give me time, obviously, but it's not, because the energy is, I got a different energy, but it is what it is. Like, I earned that. That ain't something I'm just saying. It's obviously I've earned it. I put the work in. Nonetheless, I'm not really giving these motherfuckers energy because they energy is just too. It's just, I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. So I understand the tranny came into existence when the women stopped tending to a man's needs. A motherfucker don't want to hear that shit though. The purpose of a tranny would not exist if women were satisfying the needs of men. There would be no need for trannies. But because women are just on some stupid ass shit out of the divine feminine, men are not having their needs met. So other men had to transform into women just to create a balance. It's the same thing with frogs. Frogs can change their sex. If it's too many men and not enough women, frogs can change. They can change it to more women so that they can continue to reproduce. So they can change their sex. This is just a science of life. So anybody, this is unnatural, then how can animals change their sex? I'm not saying all animals. Certain animals can change their sex. I believe fishes can do the same thing as well. Certain fish can change their sex as well. So this isn't actually against nature. This happens. So it just is what it is. It just, again, nobody wants to have that real talk about why this is going on. They just look at it and they cast a judgment, not realizing that, like, yo, I actually understand why this is such of a phenomenon. All you gotta do is look at these women out here, or just look at these dudes out here. Well, I don't want to just beat up on the women. Just look at these dudes. They not on shit either. These women and these niggas is not on nothing. If you're not a part of divine masculine, you're not a part of divine feminine, you ain't on shit. So it's just, anyway, goddamn, right? It be hurting me to speak about this shit because I'm like, man, I get it. I get it. It's like I get it. Anyway. I thought the bottom bitch kept shit together and handled the money. Alright, so that's a good point. What is the purpose of the bottom bitch? Because, right, you have the bottom bitch, but then you have the other bitches, right? So a pimp may have 3 hoes, and one of the 3 hoes is his bottom bitch. His bottom bitch keeps the other hoes in order. She's not necessarily handling the money. Now, he may entrust more money to her than the other hoes. He may just give the other hoes enough money, for them to get their nails done, hair done, get something to eat, get an outfit or whatever. But the bottom bitch, she may have another car. So the pimp got his ride, the bottom bitch may have another car, and she's the one, like, training and grooming the other hoes. So he may give the bottom bitch 5 bands. Y'all take that 5 bands, y'all get right, get nice, get luscious, get sexy, do whatever y'all gotta do. So he can entrust the bottom bitch because she probably been down. If you've been down about 5 years with the same dude, he's gonna, develop a certain trust because it has been earned. So because the bottom bitch has earned that trust by being around the longest, he may entrust more money to her. But she's not necessarily handling the money, but she will be entrusted with more money. So anyway, I know motherfuckers be asking, like, how the fuck do you know all this shit? It's obvious. Anyway, I guess it may not be obvious. Alright. We need a whole video about this. I love talking about sex. I talk about sex too, but it is what it is. I'm just not that concerned. what everybody else is doing. You know, it's, I don't know. I try to keep shit pure, so that it's like I give concepts, so people can apply these concepts that I give to the rest of the world. So if you are watching my videos, you probably don't look at gay people differently than anybody else, or that will be the purpose, because they should not be viewed as different. It shouldn't even be a thing. Like, yo, trannies are just like everybody else. It's like they don't need a special emphasis, but people give a special, like, yo, look at this tranny, or look at this gay dude. They be putting these motherfuckers on pedestals, and it's not necessary. It's their own discomfort that puts them on a pedestal, and it makes it a bigger problem than it should be. It shouldn't be a problem at all, but it is. Not because of the tranny or the gay, but because of the fucking so-called straight motherfuckers who are secretly gay. Those are the ones who have a problem with it. Like, a straight man doesn't have a problem with a gay man because it has nothing to do with him. But the secretly gay man has a problem with it. Openly gay man, because he wish he was that, but he has a reputation that he has to maintain, so he can't be out in the open like he would like. So he don't want to see nobody out in the open because he can't be out in the open. Is that type of foolishness is why we have to talk about this shit. Yeah, exactly. Every nigga is a pimp nowadays. That's what I mean by the game is saturated. Everybody wants to do this shit. It is what it is, though. Like, again, I understand that attraction. I understand the glamour. I understand why, why a man would want to be a pimp. But you have to make the sacrifice. You have to make the sacrifice. It ain't something that you just one day wake up and you do. It's a lifestyle. You have to move by certain rules and regulations. It's just certain things that a pimp cannot do, because if he does it, it makes him a trick. If a pimp does certain things, that makes him a trick. And once a woman sees a pimp as a trick, then she leaves him, or she starts to manipulate him and makes him a trick. Cause that's the thing about Pumbagira. Pumbagira don't like no pussy shit. Pumbagira, if she see pussy in you, she will make you a pussy. Like, it's just stupid deep. But if you maintain your masculinity, then Pumbagira will maintain her feminine nature. And yes, $1,000 a night is easy money. It's easy. Why? Because if you just put in your mind how many horny dudes are in every city. How many horny dudes are in every city? So if you look at that as, because people looking at that like, yo, $1,000 is a lot of money. It's really not. You can get that. Where am I? I'm going. Do I really need to go into the mathematics? I can go into the mathematics. Because trust me, let's just say, because again, the prices vary, right? It depends on the quality of the hole. So let's just say it's a hole that charges $500 per session. All she gotta do is do 2 sessions and she got $1,000. Let's just say she charged $300. All she gotta do is 4 sessions. She got over $1,000. Like, it's not hard. The motherfuckers think like, oh, she's fucking 20, 30 dudes a night. Yeah, if she's charging 50, 25 bucks. But if she charged at least 100 for a 4 session, 300 for a 4 session, but that depends on her skill set. That's the difference. It depends on your skill set. It depends on how ruthless you are. Why? Because you have many tricks that make requests. What do I mean? You may have a trick that may want you as the whole to fuck him in the ass. And you're like, all right, you want me to do that? I'll do that. Why? Because you're tough enough. 500 though. 30 minutes, 500. Like, you want me to do that? 500. Easy money. So it is more than just a woman laying on her back and being penetrated. The true hoe and the true trick, a trick wants to fulfill his fantasies, whatever those fantasies may be. So the hoe has a price for every fantasy. That's what the hoe is charted for, fantasies. Anyway. Well, so, we don't need to talk about this, all right? Hopefully, y'all get it by now. Hopefully you get it. All right, where we at? We at pretty much 20%, so we can just make this flat. Like I said, I'll be trying to make these videos short, but it just never happened. It's just too much game in me. Let me stop. It's just too much. You know, I be trying to contain it. Anyway, where we at with it? The pimps used to love their hoes. Absolutely, I agree. There's not a lot of love in the game nowadays. I agree with that. But it was love, you know, and a purity. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Nowadays, motherfuckers is a bunch of haters. That's what we dealing with nowadays. There's a bunch of hating ass niggas and bitches who just hating on each other, keeping each other down, and where it was love before. Like as a pimp, you would want to see the next pimp doing better, even if he took your hoe. You still look at him and respect him as another pimp, and he's just doing his job. Nowadays, you got motherfuckers willing to kill. Oh, you took my hoe, I'm about to blast you. Because they already got hate in their heart. Versus like, yo, he's a better pimp than me, at least to her. So either I step my game up or I keep it moving. You ain't mad at that man for being a pimp, for taking your hoe and she chose him. You ain't mad at that man. You appreciate that man. And that's truly where the respect came from. You're not respecting the dude because he's claiming the pimping. Most pimps meet each other through the women. The women. That's the real game. Like, oh, because let me tell you, the woman, she's on the track. You ain't doing your job. Another dude pulls up, looking fly, doing his job on his business. She chooses him. The choosing fee, because they not just flip flopping. It's a choosing fee. Like, all right, if you want to be with me, I require $5,000. If you really about your pimping, you're like, yo, if you want to choose me, I need 5 bands. And a real hoe, if she really wants that man, she's gonna go get that 5 bands, and that's just a choosing fee. Anyway, so that man is gonna call that other pimp like, yo, I got your hoe. I need those clothes, you know, because obviously her clothes will be at your house or however the situation is set up. He's gonna call you and let you know. So like when you go looking for your woman, you're like, where is she at? You think, you know, did she go to jail? Did she get killed or kidnapped? To bring ease to the other pimp, like, yo, you ain't gotta worry about your whole shit with me, and I need those clothes. So instead of these dudes nowadays, the fuck you mean you got my whole, when I see you, it's gone. You ain't getting the clothes, don't come here, fuck that bitch. This is today's people, fucking idiots. But back in the day, so you know what? Let me buy you a drink, pimpin'. Let me buy you a drink. Why? Because obviously you're on your job. So I respect a motherfucker on his job. Let me buy you a drink. Let me chop it up with you. Let me tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the whole. I'm going to give you the clothes, everything that's hers. You get it. Because you earned it. Because you wouldn't even be in the position you in if you didn't earn it. So it is a respect thing. So y'all can have a drink. And that's how the pimping became close, because it was a respect thing. It was a non-contact sport. Again, nowadays motherfuckers ain't doing it like that, so that's why the game is saturated. And that's why, you know, those who truly love the purity of the game, you know what I mean, it's just gonna always be in them. Like, what is it called? You leave the game, but the game doesn't leave you. So even if you're not active, the game is still in you. You leave the game, but the game never leaves you. If you stay true to it, right? Stay true to the game will stay true to you, right? That's an old saying. But nobody truly even knows what that means. What does it mean to be true to the game? I'm not even going to get into it. You know? Because again, most people watching this video are not pimps. They're not a part of the underworld. So, you know, I don't... This is information that it's no need to discuss it if you're not a part of it. Or haven't been a part of it or don't understand it. But I'm just using these instances as an example to bring home the point that the overall point. So these are just examples. This isn't to encourage anybody to go out here and do no stupidness, because you're probably gonna get caught up because you ain't following the rules properly, right? Follow the fucking rules. Anyway, what's up, Rod Light? This info is deep. Every video is deep. You know what I mean? It's like every pussy is deep. Well, actually, maybe not. But who don't like some deep pussy? Anyway, What's up, Precious? What's up, Lisa? Let me see. Yeah, exactly. The pimp relationship isn't the same because people aren't in tune to the ancient nature of it. Mostly ego, immaturity, and bullshit. Totally agree with that. You know, so that's what I mean. Like, that's why I'm not really encouraging people to really be a part of it now, unless you do it alone. If you're gonna be a part of it, you gotta do it alone. Don't worry about these other niggas and all that. You ain't got time to deal with the bullshit. Like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it on your own. You can either pimp by yourself or pimp with other people, but you gotta do it by yourself. Cause it's just too much fuckery going on. It's just, you know what I mean, motherfuckers is on stupid time. So fuck them. You know what I mean? We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. This is a lonely path anyway. A pimp is the most loneliest person in the planet, or on the planet, truly. Because it's business. You know what I mean? Like, very, very rarely do like the pimps marry the hoes. Like, when it's all said and done, like there are special moments where, you know what I mean, motherfuckers may be pimping and hoeing 20 years and they get married. But, you know, that's a rare story. That's not everybody's story. Some motherfuckers get out the game and all the women left. You know what I mean? And all they got to show for is that bread, that house, them cars, which is fine if that's what you desire. But, you know, everybody has different intentions. All right. Wait, who is this dude? Alex Saint. He dropping his Instagram. I don't know why you're dropping your Instagram, bro. You know what I mean? This is not a channel. Not a channel for you to be dropping your Instagram for no reason. Who are you? But anyway. But yeah, just keep that to yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Don't come in here dropping your Instagram and all that. Because it don't have nothing to do with what's being said. You know what I mean? So just stay respectful. Nobody gives a fuck about your Instagram, like, and nobody knows who you are. Why should people follow you? I can respect that. You're like, yo, follow me. Like, I'm into that Baphomet. Like, everything that's being said, I embody that. Instagram. I can understand that, but you just dropping your Instagram. Like, what are you dropping your Instagram for? Nobody asked you, man. So there's your warning. Like, don't be dropping Instagrams. Like, it's just trying to get your followers up. Like, don't come here to the audience trying to pull them to whatever the fuck you got going on. Just do your own thing, man. So, you know, keep all that social media shit to yourself. You know, we don't play those games around here. Keep it to yourself. Or you will be, you know, like I said, we got snipers lurking. You see those blue names, right? You know what I mean? You don't want the fire. Yeah. Definitely long live Pimp C. Well, you know, already. Alright. So I think we out of here. Some men want to try other shit too, though, no matter what we women do, because it don't have nothing to do with women. Basically, all right, let me make that more clear. Let me not just make that blanket statement. Because basically what she's saying is, like, pretty much niggas is going to do what niggas do anyway, regardless of how good or bad a woman is. And that is the truth. Why? Because men are independent. So men's life don't revolve around women if he's a strong man. So let me make that point. So yes, you are right. Men are going to do their things because we are naturally independent. Our life does not revolve around how somebody else feels. You know, whoever your woman may be. That's just not the mentality of a man. A real man, maybe a weak man who his whole life revolves around his woman or his family. Nothing wrong with that. But as a true man, you have to go beyond the physical plane. So, and again, I'm not speaking about ignorant dudes out here just going out in the streets just doing fuckery. That's anybody. You got women out here again. You got renegade hoes. You got gorilla pimps. So you gonna have the polarity and the duality there anyway. However, that's why it's not about other people. It's about you. It is truly about you and your energy. Because if your energy is organized and you have power within self, you don't draw those type of situations to yourself. People like that will not be drawn to you because you're not like that. So they're not going to be drawn to you. So you don't have to deal with all the shit that we're speaking about. You don't have to deal with it when your energy is on point. So you don't have to think about, oh, man is going to do what man do anyway. Yeah, that's an actual fact. But that doesn't necessarily mean it has anything to do with you. You have to maintain your own energy level so that you don't draw stupid ass dudes to you like that, and you can draw somebody who is just as organized as you, just as on top of their shit as you. Because again, you just like, you're not attracted to somebody who don't have their shit together. If you do, it's the same concept. Why would somebody who don't have their shit together be attracted to somebody who does? Because it's like, it's not, unless it's just strictly sexual. But other than that, it's like, fuck, you can't help me do anything. You're still trying to get yourself together, which is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with somebody, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do in life, do it. But there's, we don't have to point fingers at nobody. And that's why I said I don't really like talking about this stuff. Cause, I don't like pointing fingers at nobody. Like I don't like judging. It is what it is. I just look at it as energy, and energy is gonna do shit that you don't like sometimes, and it just is what it is. But that's the reality of it. All right. From a woman's perspective, some men do not act like men, they act like little fuckboys. Divine feminine can't respect that. I see this issue in the black community mostly. Well, obviously. Because at the end of the day, we know why that is. We know why that is. We know why the black community is the way it is. So this is what I mean by, we can't really just blame the people for the situation that they ended up in, because that's the situation they ended up in. Like, for example, we know if let me not even say that, right? Because some people like to say life isn't fair, but life is fair. It's, as we said earlier in the video, it's cold, but it's fair. So all these dudes that you speak on are not dealing in reality. So of course you're going to have a bunch of nonsense because they're not dealing in reality. Why? Because they have been detached from reality. Because the true reality is, as a man, you should be able to do what you want when you want at your own leisure. But because we're dealing with, you have powers against you that's trying to stop you from doing that, and we know what those powers are. Whether you want to call it white supremacy, you want to call it the system, whatever you want to call it, because you have opposing forces that do not allow you to fully express yourself, because that's why it's not really a black community. Whatever you deem a black community isn't a black community. Where is a black hospital? Where is a black school? Right? Where is all the black resources that are necessary for something to be considered a community? Not just because niggas live there in the neighborhood. Where are the businesses, the black businesses that are generating the wealth, so that you don't have to go outside of your community to buy groceries? You don't have to go outside of your community to get medical help. You don't have to go outside of your community to get proper schooling. There's a reason why those things are not in place. There's a reason why the black community does not exist. It's not because niggas are stupid or bitches are stupid. It's because there's opposing forces that is just not going to allow that to happen. And it just is what it is. Does that make life unfair though? Is that an excuse? No, it's not an excuse. It's just the reality of it. That's why the underworld exists in the first place, because of the oppression. Is the oppression an excuse to be a fuckboy? No. But the oppression is the reason why fuckboys exist. Doesn't give them an excuse, but that's the reason why. Because the structure is not there. There is no structure in the mysterious black community because it don't exist. So there is no structure. It's just a bunch of motherfuckers making a bunch of money that really don't care about each other. You know what I mean? I could walk down the street right now and see a person that looks just like me. Motherfucker don't give a fuck about me. Motherfucker, we don't have no love. The love is not there. It's hate, and it's jealousy, and it's greed. So it is what it is, though. Doesn't mean that we are subjected to the bullshit, because you should be embodying the divine feminine or the divine masculine. So you don't have to necessarily deal with it's actually not, let me not say that you have to deal with it, but you can better deal with it than somebody else who uses that as an excuse to be, savage. Don't use the oppression to be a savage. Use the oppression to access the underworld and to manifest from the nothingness. A white man may not be able to give you shit, but the earth naturally produces. So therefore, you just go to the earth. Fuck this dude. You manifest from thought, from the earth, because you are a natural being. So you just gotta understand who and what you are. That's why knowledge of self is the most important thing that you can give to yourself. Knowledge of self. Do you think gender roles are overrated? Gender roles are a creation of man. So to say it's overrated, it's just another creation of man, just like religion, just like anything else. It's a creation of man. All right. So, okay. Any ancient texts I've been into lately? Nope. I haven't been reading a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it'd be too strenuous to get through these books. You know what I mean? It'd be motherfuckers. It'd be too much fluff. It's just so much fluff that you gotta shift through. It's like, I just throw the whole fucking book away. I don't have time for this shit. Like, if it ain't getting to the real game, it's like, I don't have time to read no 300-400 page book about some bullshit that's already coded. Like, ugh. You know what I mean? So no, I haven't been reading a goddamn thing. I've been producing. That's what I've been doing. That's why you see all this other shit on my channel. You see the ASMR, you see the binaural beats or the isochronic tones. That's what I've been doing. And you see all the artwork. Like, my channel was a whole fucking art gallery. I'm doing all that myself. Like, nobody else is helping me do anything in terms of the channel. Like I said, the information is coming from me, the time I put in, the graphics, like I said, the sounds, the ASMR, everything is, so that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to diversify my skill set and just show more of what I'm capable of. That's what I've been doing. But in terms of books, nah, not at the moment, but that's just me being honest. All right. We almost out of here, I don't know. I accepted, man, it takes them forever, but that's them. That's the spiritual distribution curve. So now I learned that I have to move differently as a woman out here. It is what it is. You don't have to accept shit. I don't accept this shit. Like, I do not accept any fuckery in my cipher. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, if you come into the cipher, you gotta be pure, and if you're not pure, you gotta get pure. You know what I mean? We don't allow no snakes in the inner circle. So I don't accept shit. I don't give a fuck about what these niggas and these bitches are doing out here. You're not in my circle. You're not in my universe. And if you are in here, you gotta be pure. So what is going on outside of the cipher, I don't have nothing to do with it. And I don't have to accept it. And I don't accept it, because I'm like, otherwise I would be with them. If I accepted it, I would be over there. But I'm not over there, I'm over here. You know what I mean? I'm in my own universe. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, this is not for the public. Because the public can watch this video and not even understand it. That's the crazy part. I'm speaking English, but there are people who will watch this and not understand what's being said. Or there be people who watch this and don't like what's being said, when it's just actual facts. Just to let you know how detached people are from reality. So it is what it is, though. Like I said, you don't have to deal with these motherfuckers. So, which I don't. I don't deal with, like, yeah, I may converse amongst ignorant people. They have a conversation. You know what I mean? But at the end, I'm not going to their house. Because you already know what goes on in the house. I'm not going to nobody's house. I'm not going to a club with these motherfuckers. Any environment that you can a person's lower self can manifest, I'm not there. Strip clubs, all this stuff. You know, I'm not over there. Why? Because this is where people go to fuck off their energy. And I'm like, it's like a cesspool of ignorance, right? It's like basically like remember in Rome where they had the what is it called? The Colosseum, where people will come and watch men fight wild beasts. And sometimes those wild beasts will tear that man to shreds, and the people are just cheering. They like the slaughter. They like to see that shit. It's like you go to UFC or whatever, where it's a fucking bloodbath. Motherfuckers is losing their minds. The blood magic, it does something to the spirit. Right? When motherfuckers start seeing blood, shit like, oh my god, it brings motherfuckers to life, like, oh shit. Anyway. Let me see. Well, I never knew syphilis, or whatever the fuck that is, was a science. I don't even know what that is. Alright. Power God. The ass is off limits. It is what it is. That's why I say everybody is different. Yes, some women don't like anal play at all. Just like some men don't want nobody touching their ass. Makes perfect sense to me, because that's just, you're more of a positive nature. So I completely understand that. But I also understand there are some people that prefer anal play. There are some women who like, you ain't even got to do nothing to the pussy, I just want the ass play. Or some gay dudes, I just want the ass play. And I completely understand that as well, because they are moving and operating in a different energy. It is not the same energy. So if you are a person who don't want your ass touched, you only want to wash your shit, you don't want nobody doing nothing to it, you're more of a positive energy. People who enjoy that, who get pleasure from that, they're more of a negative energy. So again, if you understand energy, this shit makes sense. So you understand yourself and you understand everybody else. I understand why I'm the way I am, and you understand why other people are different. It's an energy thing. So if you can understand energy, everything makes sense. You know what I mean? So there's a reason why certain people don't like that, and there's a reason why certain people do. You know what I mean? And all I encourage is get with a person that is into what you're into. So get with a person that agrees with you. Like, yo, I don't want none of that, and you don't want it either. We don't got no problems. But if you want it and they don't, it's a problem. So just get with whatever your energy frequency is, just get with a person that resonates with that, so that you can be fully satisfied. Don't be a person that likes the anal or the pussy or whatever play, and you got a partner that's not into it, because you're not being fully fulfilled. You just need to get somebody who understands that energy. Just simple shit. You know what I mean? Simple. You know, we don't have to get in our feelings about anything really. All right. I don't know what whoever Tita is, what are you talking about? I am a trick. I ain't paying $5 for no poontang. I mean, dude, it ain't for you. Like, for example, like you said, since you admitted it, you said you're broke. So hoes are not checking for you anyway. So yes, of course you would not pay $500, because you don't have the $500 to pay. So of course you're not going to pay it if you don't have it. That's common sense. But from a perspective of somebody who has that money, for somebody that may make $1 million a year, $500 ain't shit to them. It's like $5 to them. They don't view money like somebody else, man. Like, yo, $500 is a lot of money. They don't give a fuck about. That's $5 to them. So it ain't nothing for them to fork over $500. That's why, again, you have to take yourself out of your own shoes if you truly want to understand life. You can't, like, yo, based on however your life is set up, you can't judge reality based off the way your life is set up. Because again, for somebody else whose life is set up differently, they move by different laws. So yes, there are women out here getting thousands of dollars out of these streets. Why? Because they're dealing with high paying clientele. Because they are a high maintenance woman, meaning this is their life. So they are taking the utmost respect for themselves and also their bodies and their temples to keep everything pure, clean, and in order. So it's a different type of life, which you will never understand. Again, if you broke, you don't like, yo, why would a person pay $500 for pussy? A broke person's not gonna understand that. Why a person would pay $500 for any goddamn thing, really? Why would you pay $500 for a pair of shoes? Broke people just don't understand that shit. If you don't understand money, then you're not gonna get it. But anyway, that's fine at the end of the day. But just understand that just because you wouldn't do it don't mean the next motherfucker would not do it. Just because you wouldn't do it. So you can't judge how you think. That's everybody else is supposed to agree with that. That's just not how the way shit works. It just is what it is. So the underworld is a beautiful thing if you truly understand the science. You know what I mean? You can get money out the underworld. The underworld can work for you or it can work against you depending on if you follow the rules and regulations that have been laid down by the ancestors. The ancestors created the underworld. So the ancestors regulate the underworld. So therefore, it is the ancestral energy, the ancestral magic that allows you to coexist in the underworld. But I know when I started talking like that, I started losing people. Anyway, it is what it is. All right. But you're tired of saying some stupid ass shit. I'm down with dollar holes. Thank God for crack. You say one more stupid ass thing, assassinate this dude or this woman, whoever the fuck it is. You say one more foolish thing, because now you're taking away from the conversation. Now you're trying to infiltrate with your fuckery. Say one more thing, you will be executed. Simple as that. Again, we don't have time for the fuck shit. All right, new generation, definitely. Yeah, this shit is so sad. What's sad about it? Do I look, no, my eyes look sad? No. It's not sad, it's reality, which is very cold. Reality is cold, but nonetheless, it's not sad, it is reality. So that's what I'm saying, don't get in your feelings about it. It just is what it is. Respect it. That's all we can do. We can respect it. Respect reality, and reality will respect you. You know what I mean? Don't go around feeling bad or sad about anybody. Why? Because life is just giving them what is owed to them. Because it's fair. You are getting what you are owed. So if you see people without too much, or that's constantly going through hell, it's because if you look at the type of shit that they're putting in to receive that energy back, you will have a better understanding of why they have to suffer or why they own that fuck shit. Because look at the energy that they're giving to the energy, the universe, and they just receiving it back. It just is what it is. It's nothing sad about reality and cost and sacrifice. It just is what it is. But from the masculine perspectives, women are more emotional. So just from a masculine perspective. So I'm not saying that you have to think this way. This is just coming from a masculine perspective. All right. I think women have lost their ability to be feminine in a sense. Most women have become too emotional. I've learned how to get out of the emotions and think logically. You don't necessarily have to. Let me see. What's going on, man? Hey, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so let me see how to approach this. Yes, the gender roles have been reversed. We understand this. Now, again, I want to speak logically. You just have to know who you are, because there isn't really any roles to begin with. The roles that people choose for themselves is that of themselves. In other words, if you are in a union with somebody and y'all come to an agreement about who's doing what, That's your business. Has nothing to do with the gender roles. That is a created concept from another man, maybe women too, right? Hold on. So when you say like women have kind of lost the sense of being women, the definition of what a woman is has never truly been defined. Like the definition of a man has never been truly defined. What do I mean by that? When most people say, what is a man? They automatically start naming what a man does. Oh, a man provides, protects, do, right?
Marty's.
That is what a man does.
Yes! Yeah!
Hey, hold on. You're not gonna have that. You're not gonna have that. Hold on. Let me situate this situation.
Come on, let's look up together.
Come on. All right. You know what I mean? Okay, so what I was saying was, when two people have an agreement about who's doing what, that is their business. So if a man and a woman come to the conclusion that the woman will be making the money and the man will be doing other things, that is a decision that they have made for themselves, and that's what works for them. Now, it may not work for anybody else, but it works for them. So what I mean by the gender roles is a man and a woman has not truly been defined. Again, when you think about a man, they define it what a man does. When you think about a woman, they think about what a woman does. They're not talking about what a man is or what a woman is. That is the problem. Because, like, again, who can actually give me a definition of what a man is, not what a man does? Not a man's purpose or role, but what is a man? What is a woman? And if you can truly get those definitions, then you can understand that the gender roles are not truly roles at all. Because it goes beyond gender. But anyway, all right. One of the moderators, blocked Tida, TYDA, one of the moderators blocked Tida, so that they will never be here again. We don't have time for it. We don't have time for it. So, you know what I mean? So make sure that, whoever want that blood sacrifice, y'all go for it. But anyway, there you go. And that's what I mean. When we start speaking about reality, it makes people uncomfortable. They can't even sit still. You can't even watch a video without typing ignorance. Because it hits home. Because trust me, if I were to speak in utter ignorance, who the fuck would watch? Why would you watch? Like, this dude, unless it's just for entertainment purposes. So I understand that. If it's entertainment, it's entertainment. And yes, this is a form of entertainment as well. That's why we got to be animated. We got to do all this stuff. There's some entertainment in it, but we gonna speak facts. But you see, when we speak facts, people get in their feelings, and they don't like it. So yeah, we start talking about that pimping, that horn, that underworld. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, it does. But everybody hide behind these little avatars. So you don't even really know who these people are. It can be a 15-year-old kid or a 30-year-old man fucking looking at Pornhub and shit. Anyway, like I said, we're not gonna get thrown off by that. So we at 13%, so let me make sure I get through all these before we log out. What does it mean to be attracted to the lunar energy or nighttime? Does my moon being in Leo have anything to do with it? Well, everybody has a moon in some aspect. But if you are attracted to the lunar energy, That means you're more attracted to the vampire spirits or the vampire spirits. So if you are a lunar being, then work with the vampire energy. Pumbagira is a vampire, in a sense. Just like another name that she goes by is Maria Hilla. You gotta look that up. MariahilldA or HAPIL, something like that. You type that in Google. That's just a different aspect of Pumbagira. But if you're into the lunar energy, you have to work with the vampire energy. So that'll help you embody that. All right. Black people gave up their opportunity to build a community because they begged to integrate. See, if you know your history, then you know what you're talking about. You're right about that. You're right. Because when black people were separated and they were forced to be separate, then it was natural to build your own business and support your people. Why? Because nobody else was supporting you. If black people was not supporting each other, then nobody could go anywhere. So we had to support each other because you couldn't go to a white store or a white supermarket without being grilled and shit. So we had to be independent and self-sufficient. And when the integration came, all of the black businesses were sold, and the Jews bought all of the buildings. So they own the buildings. Just like, go to Harlem, 125th Street. That's supposed to be the mecca of black consciousness. But Jews own all of the buildings there. So a black person couldn't even really set up a business because the Jews will not even pretty much rent the building out. And that's just the way it is. So yes, integration caused us to lose sight of who we were as a people and bring our originality to the people instead of trying to be like them. Now we got, what is it? You got Asian salons and shit, like motherfuckers that do your nails and shit. You gotta go to Asians to get your nails and your feet done. The supermarkets may be a Mexican supermarket. You know what I mean? Like it's no black nothing. You know what I mean? It's very here and there. So I don't want to take away from the people who are actually doing black business, because there are many people out here who are putting that work in. However, we know that it should be more going on. Like there's too many millionaires, black millionaires, for us to still be in a position where we feel like we're still oppressed and we can't help. Like, yo, anyway, we know what the deal is. If you are in tune with reality, then you already know. So yes, integration was a poison. And we know the leader in the integration was Martin Luther King Jr. But even before he died, and the reason he did die, even he said out of his own mouth, he led his people to a burning building. That was out of his own mouth, and he was the advocate for integration. But even towards the end of his own life, he realized the folly of that mission, and that's why he was clicking up with Elijah Muhammad. Then that's when, we can't have that. So yeah, you're absolutely right. So when you know your history, when you know real history, then you know what it is. So we know that we can't blame nobody but ourselves, and that's why we have to take responsibility. You know what I mean? That's why we ain't like, why did this, white. We ain't doing none of that over here. We ain't blaming nobody else. We gotta take our own responsibility for what we done. We gotta put the whole stress and strain of the black community on our own shoulders. We can't expect everybody to get it right. Why? Because too many people out here trying to wear Gucci and Fendi and all that. They ain't trying to fucking do anything other than hit licks. Trying to be fresh. Trying to embody Ishu. That's what the niggas is out here doing. If you really want to know what the niggas is out here doing and what the bitches is out here doing, they're trying to embody Ishu and Pambagira without the spirituality. And that's why this is what we have nowadays. That's why everybody's, they may be fresh as fuck, no money in their pocket. They may be fresh as fuck with no home, no car, whatever. And then it's not that you need to have any of these things, but you see where a person's priority is. Same thing with women. They got the freshness of it, They look like $1 million, but when you look at how they live, so they may have a house, they may have a car, but how do they maintain that house? How do they maintain that car? How do they maintain those kids? Right? Then you start to see what goes on in the inside of a person's mind, and you're not focused on the outside. Everybody's trying to present all this front. That's what it's called, a front. They're trying to put on the most elaborate front to cover up the madness that's going on in their own households, in their own minds, in their own subconscious, due to all the trauma and the confusion, and they just have no sense of self. So that's why you have the niggas out here trying to embody the issue energy, staying fresh, staying drippy, but without any spiritual substance. Then the women out here trying to, show the pussy, show the drip, have all this tight shit without the spirituality with it. So that's what we have in today's times. Issues and Pambagiras without the spirituality attached to it. And that's why we see so much confusion. So, if you don't understand it from that perspective, then I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. What's up, the I'm? What do I think about speaking things into existence? It ain't about what I think about it. That's just reality. We speak reality into existence. That's an actual fact. So it ain't, fuck what I think about it. That's just actual fact. That's actual fact. All right. How do I feel about long periods of solitude in order for a man to manifest his dream life? Well, we in America, so that ain't happening. Now, if you was somewhere in Tibet, maybe you can get away with that. But we in America, where the fuck are you gonna go for weeks at a time or some shit and be alone? Where the fuck are you going, right? Is it possible? Maybe, but is it ideal? No. We in America, so we're faced with pressure. We don't get to go somewhere and chill. No, this is the land of Saturn. America, as they say, this land of Satan, this is the land of Saturn. So you got pressure on your ass every day, all day. You don't get to get rest. You learn how to deal with the pressure and become stronger. Get your weight up, your money up. Fuck all that rest and solitude shit. We are not on that part of the planet where you can do shit like that. We're not in the Himalayas. We can go up into the mountains and live like a monk. We not, this is America. We live by different rules and regulations. So if you want to do that, you probably need to go there. But you're not going to do that shit in America. It's a whole different battlefield over here. All right. What's up, Lucy Lee? Yeah, but Title got executed. You know what I mean? Yeah, because again, we don't have time for it. But again, I present it because I know how people are. I study people. I know how people are. So I know that when I am speaking truthful things, it's going to make people uncomfortable. So uncomfortable that they have to type hate. They have to type some shit that don't have nothing to do with what's being said. And again, not that you have to stay completely on top of it. You can type whatever you want to type. But when you start typing nonsense that don't have nothing to do with the conversation, or you're not having an inner conversation with somebody else, now you're trying to take the attention off of the conversation, and therefore you must be executed. And that's just what happened. So again, that's why I have moderators now. You know what I mean? So he got sniped, he got killed, buried. We'll never hear from him again. So, and that goes to anybody else who comes in trying to disrupt the energy flow. You're gonna lose your life. So, just pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles wisely. Don't come over to the people speaking truth, because there's so many other places that you could be right now if you want to spew nonsense. You know how many people is live right now on YouTube just doing stupid fuckery? Go over there. But you want to come over here with the realness. Well, because we don't tolerate it, we execute you. So that's what it is. You know what I mean? So somebody got a body. Somebody got a body. You know what I mean? What you gonna do with it? All right. Okay. So I think, of course. We know about Black Wall Street, and we know about it. We know about the Emmett Tills. We know that a white woman, all she has to do is lie on a black man, and that's, oh, a nigga raped me. No, he didn't. But the people will believe her and destroy the black community. And this has happened. This happened way more than Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street is just the biggest example. But this has been going on throughout time. It still goes on to this day. It's just more sophisticated. Because this system is built off of that. Using us as batteries. They said it in the Matrix, right? When Morpheus held up that battery, we are the batteries, because they couldn't do anything without us. There would be no America without us. We know that. But they don't want you to realize your power. We are the metal workers. We have the skill set. It is what it is, though. Until you know who you are, it's not going to make a difference. So that's why they can just blast motherfuckers all day in the streets. These cops can kill because they're killing motherfuckers who don't know who they are. If you don't view yourself as God, the supreme being, then, motherfuckers will take you off of this planet. Easy. But when you are shielded by the supreme intelligence, because you know who you are, and you are a part of the supreme intelligence, the supreme intelligence is you. You can't be harmed because you know who you are. You can stop chaos and madness with your mind. It can be a motherfucker coming to you to shoot you, and something will happen to them, and you would have never even known. They was coming to shoot your ass, got hit by a car or some shit. You never even knew about it. But the spirit defended you, and you didn't even have no clue about it. But that's what happened when you are in tune with who and what you are, the infinite essence. Right? Separation is better. I can't disagree with that. Elijah Muhammad spoke about this in the Nation of Islam. He was all about separation and us doing what we need to do for ourselves. Then we come back to the people, all the other people, and we have something to bring them outside of hip-hop. So I'm all with that. I'm all about separation. We get our shit together, then we can give to the rest of the world. I'm all for that. We get our shit together first. We deal with our own internal complications and situations. Then get everybody is on a financial game and all that. Then we can produce and become builders, and the rest of the world can benefit from it. As opposed to we just get sucked, our energies get drained by everybody else. Our money gets sucked out of the community by all these other motherfuckers who don't care about you. And that's what I be saying, man. I don't like getting into this race shit, but it's just a fucking reality. You got all these other races in the so-called black community, but they don't do shit for the community. They will take your money, but they're not giving anything back. They take your money, but they're not giving anything back. But if it was black owned, they take your money and they give back. That's the difference. So I'm not pro-black or anti-white. I'm just pro doing for self. Pro being a producer, pro being a builder. And if that requires us to separate for a while for us to get our shit together, so be it. Doesn't mean that we gotta be over there and stay over there and not interact with nobody else. But it's hard to get your shit together in the midst of all this other madness. You know what I mean? And that's the situation we're faced with. Is we have people trying to get their shit together, still having to deal with the fuckery. But that's America, right? These are the rules and regulations that we are subjected to. But that's the same thing that makes us the greatest, because we are the most suppressed. So it just all depends on how you look at it. Just watch my video, The Holy Degenerate. I made a video, The Holy Degenerate. The lowest of the low is also the highest of the high. That same low-level prostitute that everybody hates is doing better than probably everybody who's talking shit about her financially. So it is what it is. Motherfuckers ain't getting $1,000 a night, but they hate on hoes though. Oh, I don't agree with that lifestyle, but she's living better than you. She probably knows a lot more than you. But anyway, because people don't respect people just because of their lifestyle, and to me, that's the madness. A person's lifestyle should not determine if they are respectable or not. It's about how they carry it Now, yeah, if you are a pimp socking on your hoes, not respectable. But if you are a pimp grooming and molding and building your hoes, that's a respectable thing because you are giving them something. They're not just paying you. You are also giving back in return. Spiritual insight, spiritual knowledge, foundation, growth. You're giving something back instead of just extracting resource after resource after resource. Anyway. Um, how exactly did Tupac make a deal with El Diablo? Oh, I spoke about that already, man. Again, I don't go into the exact details because I wasn't there. Obviously, I was not there. So I just spoke about it from a perspective of this is what happened without me going into the details. I can't go into the details. I was not there. So I can't give you the word for word type shit. So I wasn't there. But from a perspective of just observing his life after he got out of jail and how different he was, we know that it was a spiritual thing. So that's all I'm saying. And I just identified the spirit as El Diablo, or you can say El Fresh as Hell, El Diablo. This is all the same being. It's all the same with the flaming skull. That's what it is. It's all the same energy, the flaming skull. That's why Pac was bald. The flaming skull. Anyway. I heard that. Yeah, Suge Knight son is talking about, Tupac's alive. Suge Knight been saying Pac was alive though. That's not nothing new. People been saying Pac was alive since he died. Like, no, he didn't die. He just went to Cuba. He just went here. He just went there. People been saying Pac was alive since the death, if that even happened. And I honestly don't know. But it's good marketing, it's good promotion, it's good to keep his memory alive, if nothing else. So I can respect it. It's just a way to keep his memory alive. All right. I want to end racism and cause world unity, but I'm scared of getting targeted. Any advice? Nope, no advice. Because you will be targeted and you will be stopped. Because there's nothing holding us back from doing that except people don't want that to happen. If people truly wanted it to happen, it would have been happened. The only reason we don't have world unity and world peace is because people don't want it. It's not because it can't happen or it's not possible. There are people in place of power who will not allow that to happen because they don't want it to happen. Why? Because they want to capitalize and they want to live in luxury while you are at the bottom of the pyramid and they want to be on top. They're not special if everybody's at the bottom or everybody's at the top. They need that separation to feel some type of way about themselves. Because if everybody was truly equal, like everybody say we are, everybody's equal. If people were truly equal, then we wouldn't have white supremacy. We would not have oppression. So motherfuckers are saying a bunch of bullshit, but not living that lifestyle. So you will be stopped because it's just people that don't want it. Otherwise, we would have it. Nothing stopping us from having it except you just don't want it. It just is what it is, so, fuck them. If they want war, we got the war for them. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm wearing this. If they want the war, we got the war for them. You know what I mean? We got the spiritual warfare going on. So we catching bodies in the spirit realm. So that's what we don't play with. We don't play with motherfuckers who. That's why motherfuckers is dying off. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people be dying because it be spiritual executions. Oh, that person just died. Nah, that motherfucker got executed spiritually. Motherfucker took that motherfucking soul. Because a motherfucker know how to do that real voodoo. A motherfucker, that's why they took it from you. They took the spirituality from you so that you couldn't use it against them. Because that's truly the only thing that we don't have is our spirituality. Everybody got the freshest shit. They got the cars, they got the houses, they got the money, but no spirituality. No spiritual warfare. And that's why we keep getting fucked over. Why? Because there's certain people in power that need to be executed and removed from power. Maybe not even executed, just removed from power so that some real change can happen. Anyway, I know this is so ruthless, right? It's just so ruthless, but it's reality. So now my screen is dimming. I'm at 5%. Guess we'll just go. We'll just go. Let me see. Do I think that black men who exclusively date white women have a sense of self-hate? I wouldn't call it self-hate. I would call it more so they feel like they're trying to get to the other side. In terms of, you can say they don't have enough sense of self to realize that it's not a good look. Especially if you claim black consciousness, but you got a white woman on your hip. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. You date whoever you want to date. But if you're standing for something, it's, but then again, on the flip side of it, if that white woman embraces it and helps out, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at any other race that wants to help and that wants to assist. I'm not mad at that. But most of the time, that's not what happens. And most of the time, it's the thing when if you are a black man with a white wife and you die, she's going to inherit your wealth, and that's the problem. That's the problem I have with it. The black man with the white women, that white family inherits your wealth. Not your black people. The white people inherit your wealth when you pass. And that, to me, that's not like, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? The rest of your family don't get the wealth the white family do. So I'm not with that. But people don't be thinking that deep into it. They're not thinking that far. So it is what it is. Obviously, you hear the little youngin in the background, but we're about to check out. We're going to check out. All right, we got 4%. So the video just ends. Let me just end the video, because if it just ends on its own, probably it'll take longer to process. But I'm trying to answer these questions though. I recently dated a girl who drove a particular vehicle. Now I see the exact same vehicle in the exact same size and exact same color every single day. What does that mean? It's a subconscious programming. Whatever that car means on a subconscious level, that's what you're seeing. Remember, every car has a symbol. You have to decode that symbol. What does that symbol mean to you? Once you break down that symbol, that animal or that spirit, then you connect with that spirit. That vehicle represents a spirit. You must connect with that spirit that the vehicle represents. But you have to decode the symbol to realize what deity is attached to the symbol, and you work with the deity. So there you go. And that's with anything in life. Whatever repetitive things that you're seeing, it represents a spirit or energy that you need to correct. You need to connect with on a conscious level with your altar. All right, 3%. Where we at? No problem. Thank you for the opportunity and info. I appreciate that. Saturi, Saturi, however you say that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, peace, God. What's up? Holographic communication. You know what I mean? Definitely check out Holographic Communication. He's definitely another, YouTuber, Black consciousness. So definitely check out Holographic Communications. Much shout out to the big homie, you know what I mean? It's much love, much respect. Anybody who's putting in this work, much love and much respect. So definitely check him out. For anybody who's into it, check him out. So we're going to get up out of here. We at 2%. We gave you almost 3 hours of game. Y'all taking to do with it what you're supposed to do with it. Not what you choose. You know what you should do with this game. Do it. So we'll be right back at y'all a little bit. Maybe tomorrow or the next day, however it goes. Peace. 1.